Hi guys, what's going on? My name is Braylon. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be my full moon in Scorpio video, you guys. This is going to be a deep one. I am a huge fan of Scorpionic energy as a water sign. I love all zodiac signs, but there is something about Scorpio energy that really draws me in. So I'm honored to be sitting here tonight talking to you guys about the full moon in Scorpio that will be taking place on May 18th around 5 p.m. To my understanding, the moon is already in Scorpio as I'm recording this, but it has not yet reached the opposition of the sun in Taurus. Okay. I'm pretty sure the opposition will be around 27 degrees. And right now the moon, it's been a while since I've checked where the moon is, honestly, but it's not quite full yet. It's not a full opposition. I still wanted to get on here and talk to you guys today, tonight, so that we can prepare for these energies to build up in Scorpio. I felt the energy shift as soon as the moon entered Scorpio yesterday. So as always, you guys, I come on here twice a month to talk about the new moon and I talk about the full moon. The last time we spoke was underneath a Taurus new moon. And now 2 weeks later, we're approaching the Scorpio full moon. So I do have some notes here, you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about the energy and what I think this energy might mean for us coming up. And then, of course, at the end of my video, I will be pulling tarot cards for the 12 zodiac signs to see what this full moon is bringing for us all. So you guys, Scorpio energy, really deep. Okay, this is water energy. Scorpio is the fixed water sign. So we've got Cancer, which is the cardinal water sign. Scorpio is the fixed, and then Pisces would be the mutable. So all these different waters represent different things. Scorpio to me represents the stability of intense emotion, which to me is just really admirable. A lot of Scorpios that I talk to and connect with don't really consider themselves to be emotionally stable, but this energy is definitely in the realms of stable water. Okay, Scorpio is actually that, it's almost like still water. Okay, when I think of Scorpio, I do think of literally a large body of water that is still, which is very rare because water is meant to flow. Water always has some sort of ripple or some sort of wave or droplet or something like that. There's always movement to water. So with this energy, you guys, it is about, knowing what's going on underneath the surface. That's why Scorpios stabilize the water, because of the turbulence going on underneath the surface of all this. Okay, very underneath the surface energy with Scorpio. This is the 8th house of our universe, you guys. Okay, Scorpio represents the 8th house of death, transformation, rebirth, intimacy, secrets. This is a full moon in all these things, you guys. All these things could be coming up. Scorpio to me is the most misunderstood zodiac sign, the most misunderstood tarot card. And I think it's because Scorpio does rule the house that is hidden, all that is hidden here, guys. So I think it's really symbolic that we have a full moon here. Full moons bring things to light. Full moons illuminate things. The moon is filled with light in an area of secrecy, intimacy, transformation. So there's a lot coming up, surfacing with us, you guys. It's emerging from the depths. Okay, the depths that sometimes we don't even visit, right? Scorpio represents an energy of what we can even hide from ourselves. It's very similar to the moon in that way, but it's definitely different as well. So when I think of the 8th house, I do think of things like death and intimacy, transformation. Now, the most ignorant thing that any astrologer could talk about with Scorpio energy is sex. Now, sex is a very sacred energy to Scorpio. I do feel like all Scorpios have like a 7th sense that is sexual. But the thing is Scorpio knows the realm of sex and intimacy differently than the other zodiac signs, differently than all of us. And there is this huge misunderstanding of Scorpio being sexualized. And I mean, Scorpio does rule the sacral chakra, which is the groin, the genital parts. That's what Scorpio rules on the zodiac wheel, and it is the 8th house of sex. But To me, I like to refer to it as the 8th house of intimacy. Sex should be an intimate exchange of energy. So we even have these sexual energies coming up, you guys, but the true form, the true raw form of those sexual energies, not what society has tainted them to be or what our minds have corrupted them to be. It's a very true raw form of connection. And I even have that written down here too. I did want to talk a little bit about forming raw connections with people. Scorpios are all about the deep, the real, the raw, the authentic. You know, they see right through bullshit. I mean, there's not much that we can hide from this energy. And this is Scorpio energy, you guys. Not necessarily the Scorpio representatives walking around on Earth. Shout out to the Scorpio sun, moon, and risings, though, because you guys are physical embodiments of this inner energy to represent. So, you know, I feel like the Scorpio moons, I know so many Scorpio moons. And as a Taurus moon, I really connect with Scorpio moons. They will be feeling this the most. If you guys are watching, you guys are really feeling this lunar return of yours. And like I said, I connect with so many Scorpio moons. And so if you guys know any people with Scorpio energy, heavy Scorpio placements like the sun, the moon, rising, even Mercury or Venus to the extent, they understand this deep realm. Okay, it is the underworld, you guys. Like, this is a moon featuring the underworld, which is hell, for lack of a better term. Scorpios are ruled by Pluto, and they are also ruled by Mars. So that's something I've been trying to keep in mind, with Scorpionic energy being one of those dual ran signs, similar to Pisces being ruled by Mercury and Jupiter and Neptune. Pisces is definitely not ruled by Mercury. But similar to Pisces being ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, Scorpio is ruled by both Pluto and Mars, traditionally ruled by Mars, I believe, or co-ruled by Mars. Scorpio is definitely more of a Plutonian energy. Pluto, which is the lord of the underworld. Pluto also deals with deep subconscious forces, death, transformation, and rebirth. You know, with this energy, death does come up, you guys, and everyone gets a little scared about that. Whenever I do tarot readings, I still have a few people who feel really strange about the death card, like, oh my god, like, what's the death card? This is definitely a metaphorical death. In some cases, this is a literal death. There are literal things dying and crumbling. This is a very crumble, tower-like energy, you guys, because Scorpio is a bit destructive, but they only destroy, Scorpio energy only destroys in the name of rehabilitation. We have to destroy the old so that we can rebuild the new. Okay, this is a very caterpillar, butterfly-like energy, very cocoon-like energy. Scorpio energy reminds me of that silence that takes place after the caterpillar has decided to cocoon itself and transform. So a lot of those energies are coming up, you guys, especially the whole death thing. I do know that there are some people literally dealing with death during this time. I've heard a few things about funerals and things like that, and to me, I'm an astrologer, so I immediately say, wow, that's a little bit symbolic for things like that to be going on this close to a Scorpio full moon. So if there are anyone out there, if there's anyone out there listening who is dealing with actual death and family, friends, you know, it's a part of life, and I think the way we view death has a lot to do with the way we view Scorpio energy in our own charts. We all have this energy somewhere in our chart, you guys. So it is important to, you know, go within and really understand that death is something we will all meet in this life. Okay, and I'm a person who has really interesting perception of death anyways. It's interesting that we view death the way that we do. We cry and we mourn, and I personally think that death should be a thing that's celebrated. It's something we're all going to do, you guys. We're all going to have to experience this Grim Reaper-like energy. But keep in mind that this, for the most part, is extremely metaphorical. There are situations dying in our life. We are dying and decaying and shedding an old skin as we speak. I do not feel like things will be the same after the Scorpio full moon, because when you're taken to the depths of yourself and others and the universe and even your environment, there's just something about submerging or emerging as a completely different person. I think that's why these energies are for the most part hidden, because, you know, it's not to be taken lightly. It's not something that everyone can comprehend and understand at a conscious level, because Scorpio energy is meant to be dark. And that leads me to want to talk about the whole misconception with darkness and light. And I do want to get into the tarot messages, you guys. But darkness is something that is equally misunderstood as death, as Scorpio energy, as sex. It's so interesting that Scorpio rules all these energies that are misunderstood. I mean, I personally love the energy. I do. Scorpio energy allows me to be unapologetically dark. And I know some of the Scorpionic energies watching are going to say, you know, you should be able to be that all the time. And I am, and I do, and I agree. But there's just something about Scorpio energy that encourages that kind of energy. What lies in the depth of you, what you deeply desire. You know, Scorpio being ruled by Mars also does bring up things like desire. And I was talking to a Scorpio friend of mine a few days ago, and she mentioned something along the lines of experiencing sexual pleasure without guilt. Okay, without guilt. So there is something here about, you know, not being guilty anymore for what we truly desire. You know, those raw soul connections that we're going to want to make. We're going to want to connect with people. We're going to want to experience our feelings, you know. But with Scorpio energy, you guys, it is important to consider the fact that Scorpios are like the King of Cups in tarot. They don't always express the way that they feel because of the lack of emotional stability in other people. Scorpios are very good at understanding and seeing emotional stability. See, that might be the thing. Maybe Scorpio doesn't so much rule emotional stability in themselves. Could it be that Scorpio is just able to very easily detect the emotional stability or lack thereof in other people, in situations, okay? Because it's a very intimate energy. Scorpio energy is able to look at a person, place, or thing and know the deepest that it gets. It's very similar to Pisces energy in that deep way. Okay, so there's a lot coming up here, you guys. We talked a little bit about how Scorpio is a fixed sign. So this is about stability. We talked a bit about the 8th house of intimacy, secrets, death, transformation, rebirth. It's not so much focusing on the actual death. It's focusing on what remains. You know, death is the greatest illusion of all. Okay, that's why Pisces and Scorpio connect as deeply as they do, because they're both almost illusions. They're both portrayed as something that they're not. So we actually hide underneath the projected darkness of other people. They project things at us and we just use that more to, you know, because obviously that person doesn't deserve to see the real, right? So this is about rebirth, not so much dying. It's about rebirth, because nothing dies, okay? Everything dies, but nothing dies, if that makes sense. It's about what goes to live on beyond the physical realm. That's why Scorpio rules decay, the breakdown and the decay of the physical and the tangible, because it's about what remains after transformation, okay? It's reminding me a little bit of the phoenix, okay? They're scorpions, they're eagles, and they are the phoenix. And for those of you guys who know about phoenix birds, they burn and they die and they transform, but they are reborn from the very ashes of their old self. So we are going to rise with this energy, you guys. Scorpio demands death and promises rebirth. So, you know, it's very, very eerie energy, that very silent, still water energy. I've been feeling the vibes of a graveyard the past couple of days. I've been seeing things around me that have been communicating these energies with me. It is a very, very silent but deadly energy, is what I like to call Scorpio. Silent but deadly. We talked a little bit about Pluto and Mars. So with those two energies combined, you know, Mars is in Cancer, Pluto is in Capricorn. So even those energies with this full moon are important to see and understand. To me, the fact that Pluto and Mars both rule Scorpio, this is why there's always a subtle yet deep war against emotion. Like, there is a war against emotions that happen within Scorpio. And that's one of the secrets as well. Emotional aggression can come up here, but also emotional desire, emotional drive. That when Pluto and Mars team up like that, they are going to square, actually. If Pluto's in Capricorn and Mars is in Cancer, those are going to square. Oh, no, they're not. They're going to oppose. Mars and Pluto are going to oppose eventually with these energies. So that's something to consider as well. The relationship that's forming between our desire and what needs to transform, if that makes sense. Pluto and Mars energy, that's something I'm going to have to sit with and talk more about, perhaps on my Instagram. Raw connections for sure. None of that fake surface bullshit. You know, Scorpio energy, you can only survive Scorpio energy by going deep. So there is an element of survival here, okay? Scorpios have a lot to do with protection and survival, because that's why they have that strong exoskeleton to protect them as a Scorpio. They have those claws, they have that poisonous stinger. And this is definitely metaphorical and a representation of the need to protect yourself. When we're put and when we're brought to such a raw form emotionally, vulnerability is coming up here. When we're made to feel vulnerability like this is a very vulnerable energy, you guys. Death, we're all vulnerable to death. We're all vulnerable to destruction. We're all vulnerable to intimacy and things like that. And that's why Scorpio also rules the realm of protection. This is about what we're sharing with, this is about what we're sharing with other people, and what we're saying, what we're not saying. You know what I mean? I just kind of felt that in my own throat chakra there, like I was kind of cut off. But one thing that I haven't mentioned here yet is lighting up the darkness. To me, a full moon is the eye wide open. A full moon is an eye that is wide open, that can see fully. And this is about seeing in an area that we don't usually see. Once a year we get a full moon in Scorpio. Every Taurus season we get a full moon in Scorpio. So once a year, the universe allows our eyes to be widened and awakened and illuminated to areas of our lives that is usually hidden in secret. So this is the ability to see in the dark, you guys, lighting up the darkness. Scorpio to me is, I can't believe I haven't mentioned this yet, the most purest sign. The Scorpio is all about the pureness of something. All right, and I'm not talking about pretty and perfect. That's more Virgo. That isn't purity. Purity is raw form. You know, when you just woke up in the morning, or just the gutter, you know what I mean? Like, there is beauty to be found in that kind of rawness, without the mask, you know, without the front, which ironically is sometimes what Scorpionic energy has to portray in order to protect themselves. So guys, that's just a little bit of what I think about the Scorpio full moon. We're all going to get hit differently with these energies, but it is extremely transformative. All of us are going to be called to the depths of the underworld in order to transform the skeletons in our closet, you know, the things that we've hidden from ourselves, things that have been hidden for years. I heard the Leo King talking about the Scorpio full moon and how this Scorpio full moon is completing a 7-year cycle of heavy Scorpio energy. So there's a lot of energy here, and don't worry, the 8th house knows what to do with these energies. We are going to be brought and called to a much deeper realm of emotion. So if you're not comfortable with that kind of thing, this may be a bit difficult for you, because it's all about stabilizing your emotion, okay, which is something we all can learn to do. A lot of us are a little timid or afraid of the secrets that lie within what our emotions are trying to intuitively guide us to. Very intuitive energy, Scorpio. And I could talk about Scorpio energy literally all night long. I love Scorpio energy. It is my sister sign as a Pisces. It's my 9th house as a Pisces on the zodiac wheel. It's my north node in my 10th house on my actual birth chart. So these energies call me to my destiny. These energies are very linked to what I'm supposed to do in this world. And I do take a bit of a student seat when it comes to Scorpio energy, because it being my 9th house on the zodiac wheel. So I like to open myself up to learn about these energies more. Every year I learn more about Scorpio energy. Around the time of Halloween, I learn a lot about Scorpio energy too. It is a very Halloween vibe, but I just don't want anyone to misinterpret Scorpio for evil or any of that kind of darkness. It's not that kind of darkness at all. It's only hidden. It's just something that would rather not be seen all the time, which is something we need to respect and honor as this full moon shines the brightest of lights. You know, the sun in Taurus is giving light to the full moon in Scorpio. So this is also about Taurus as well. You know, Taurus is an earth sign, but it's two fixed signs. So it's the stability of what we have and what we're giving away. Okay, so yeah, guys, I knew this would be a little bit longer of an intro, so thank you guys who listened. I know some of you guys come here just to see the tarot readings. I do have timestamps below if you would like to click on certain zodiac signs. So that's about it, you guys. That's all I'll share for the Scorpio full moon. You know, because most of this has to stay a secret anyway. Most of this is going to reveal itself to us individually behind the scenes in our sleep. It's going to reveal it to us without the expression of words. That Scorpios communicate like that. Some of you Scorpio 3rd houses or Scorpio Mercuries, you guys are going to understand this very silent It's not what you say, it's what you don't say energy, or you know, just kind of communicating more with body language and intuition. That's the Scorpio energy. So it's not always about what we say, you guys. Sometimes it's more about what's going on beneath the scenes. So I would like to get ready for the tarot readings, you guys, which means I have to sit up and get a little bit more grounded. I do have my cards here, and I thoroughly shuffled. It took me a while to get to the death card, but I did want to show everyone that Scorpio is in fact the death card. This is the card that rules Scorpio energy. Death. That's why Scorpio is the death card in tarot. They're the death card on the zodiac wheel. It's deep transformation. We do have the Ten of Cups behind the death card, so I think this is about emotional fulfillment. I think this is about emotional fulfillment, transforming certain things that have to end. This is the sudden ending and beginning card. This is just definitely death is an ending. So I think this full moon does represent certain endings within us all, emotionally, subconsciously, secretly, intimately, sexually, all these things. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys that death card there. We got the Scorpio vibration ready and heavy. So I just want to set the intent that whatever we need to hear, I know there's a lot going on. So some of these messages that are going to come out for the 12 signs, I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to read the cards. When you're dealing with things like secrets and death and transformation, you know, anything could come up as far as jobs, relationships, just personal things. So whatever the signs need to hear the most from this is what I'm setting the intention for. So we're going to start with Aries, because Aries is the first zodiac sign. Hello, Aries. Aries, Scorpio is your 8th house. Okay, you actually have a Scorpio 8th house on the zodiac wheel. So this is a full moon in your house of intimacy, shared resources, sex to a certain extent, death and rebirth. So this is about transforming maybe what it is that you give away to other people, or what it is that you're sharing intimately with others. Okay, so let's just see what's going on, Aries. Okay, right away we have a card coming out, Aries, and I'm just gonna go with it. Someone needs to hear this. So the card that just popped out mid-sentence, Aries, I may shuffle again for you just to see if this was really your message. It came out a little bit quick, so this could be something that happens quick, but we do have the Six of Swords. Aries, the Six of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy off the jump. It's also air energy, so it's what you're thinking, it's what you're talking about, it's your thoughts, it's what you're saying. That's air energy. If you're not dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this is happening in your mind, but this is the Six of Swords. So this Scorpio full moon could definitely be bringing attention to where it is that you need to go, who it is that you need to leave behind. This is a very moving card. You can see that there are 3 people in this boat. Okay, there are swords stabbed into this boat. To me, that symbolizes the thinking that took place about before this movement. Okay, a lot of thoughts here. It brings up sorrow. You know, you guys may have to leave some things behind with this Scorpio full moon in your 8th house in order to transform something. Okay, this may be a very intimate coming and going. The Six of Swords is leaving behind chaotic waters. Right here you can see there's a lot of ripples in the water here, but up ahead, and I love that this came up, Aries, because up ahead there is still waters. If you guys can see that, up ahead there are still calm waters, which is that scorpionic energy. So for you, Aries, this is all about heading towards a place of emotional stability. For some of you, that may be a job, it may be a place, it may be a person, it may be a thing, but it's an energy, it's a vibe. This is about headed towards a much calmer journey, where the waters, aka your emotions and your thoughts in this case, are a lot less chaotic and unstable. Okay, this may be actual travel for some of you guys. And it's interesting, the bottom of the deck here, Aries, is the Judgment card, which is Pluto. This is Plutonian energy. So the Judgment card is often an awakening. Some of you guys are going to become very awakened throughout this Scorpio full moon cycle. So this is from May 18th all the way to June 18th when we have the next full moon. So the next month for you is going to be a series of moving on for the second time. For some of you guys, you're going to be going to certain places, people, or things that it's not the first time, because we have the Judgment. This is a beautiful card to come up, Aries, for the Scorpio full moon, because it's Pluto. This is that Plutonian energy, that awakening energy. You can see there are 3 people here as well. There's 3 people in the background, and there's 3 people up close to this card right here, 1, 2, 3. Perhaps it has something to do with these 3 people in the boat, a third party maybe even, but I'm getting 3 people here. One of which is a child, and you can see that in both these cards too. I've never really realized that. But there are a male and a female that seem a little bit older, and then in the middle there is this young child. This could be the inner child, but I just want to tell you that there's also a young child in the middle. So do you see that there? Some of you guys are going to resonate with that. There's these 2 people and then this younger child here in the middle. But what this Judgment card is talking about is an awakening. This is a reckoning, some sort of call, some wake-up call. It may be an actual phone call that you get that it has something to do with moving on. This is a second opportunity for some of you guys to move on. Sometimes, yeah, I do see the Judgment card as like an actual phone call. You may get a phone call that someone is traveling to you or from you. Sometimes this is a leaving energy or going. It's all about leaving the old to get to the new. You know, you got to move away from something in order to move towards something, Aries. And for some of you guys, this is definitely about a second chance. Something that you thought was dead and over it. And I'm telling you, Scorpio energy has a lot to do with resurrection as well. So there could be something that resurrects from the past that involves you to travel or to move. Aries, underneath the Judgment card, we do have the 10 of Swords. Okay, so there was some sort of ending. Now, this is crazy because this to me looks like an actual resurrection. Like there was some sort of ending. Okay, or there will be some sort of ending here with the 10 of Swords. You can see this person here. All right, for some of you, it may have to do with backstabbing, betrayal. It may have to do with feeling defeated. But Aries, you or someone in the situation is being called back to life. The Judgment card is all about Judgment Day. It's all about the horn of Gabriel, I believe. I believe this is Archangel Gabriel. The horn of Gabriel being played. And on that day, it's Resurrection Day. All right, a second chance at life. Someone here is getting a second chance at life. Something's going to be revived, Aries, right up from the grave. It may have something to do with Jupiter. All right, because we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is your destiny. It was your destiny for this thing to end, because when something ends and revives, there's just a certain acknowledgement that we have for that thing. Okay, a lot of things that ended, maybe you may have a second chance. Okay, and I think it has something to do with moving on. Okay, maybe you've already moved on from this thing, or maybe this is what's going to be happening over the next month. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything else for you, Aries. Is there anything else for Aries for the full moon in Scorpio? Wow. Okay, well, if there is, Aries, it's a secret, because now we're pulling the High Priestess. So this is something that you already know. A lot of you that just listened to that message know exactly what I mean, because you have the High Priestess coming out, specific Pisces energy, maybe Scorpio, maybe Cancer. This is a very intuitive energy. Some of you guys are going to be secretly traveling. Some of you guys are going to be following your intuition about what you need to leave. There is something that hasn't been revealed to you yet, Aries. It may or may not have to do with juggling more than one thing, more than one person. It might have to do with a Cancer. For some of you guys, it might have to do with a car or just moving forward. It might have to do with victory, because there is some kind of choice here. But to me, Aries, what this is talking about following your gut instinct, knowing that you already know what it is intuitively that you need to do and where you need to go, what you need to leave behind, where you need to head towards. And again, there's something here that has not been revealed to you. And it's interesting that this would come up for the Scorpio full moon, because the Scorpios do rule secrets. So there will be, this may be a very secret traveler or something like that. Okay, so apparently you already know, Aries, what this was about for you. And I'm going to respect the High Priestess and just let you guys follow your intuition about that message. But again, this is a full moon in your 8th house of transformation, secrets, death and rebirth. But what you got was the 6 of Swords. So I know you guys are going to be doing some moving emotionally, mentally, and physically. It's all about leaving behind what is chaotic, Aries, and moving towards that still water so that you can transform. All right, let's move to Taurus. What is the full moon in Scorpio message for Taurus, please? What is the full moon in Scorpio message for Taurus? Okay, Taurus, going through a lot. You got like so many cards here. It's interesting because I do see the Hierophant card here. At the end here, I cannot read this message for all of you, but I do see that some of you are dealing with Aquarius, Capricorn energy. Literally, we have your ruling card coming up, Taurus. We have Aquarius, Capricorn, and Taurus here. There may be some toxicity, Taurus. There may be some addictions. If you're not dealing with a Capricorn or an Aquarius, I think some of you guys are feeling loss and depression, maybe some disappointment over justice or court related matters, maybe even a marriage. This might be the loss of a marriage. Or Libra. We got Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Taurus here. And then we have this Ace of Cups and this Six of Wands. So some of you guys are getting a lot of attention right now. A lot of feelings being offered to you after certain endings, Taurus. So that was really interesting. Your card actually came out. But I just want to see if I can get one solid card for Taurus. There we go, Taurus. So this is interesting. First, let's talk a little bit about this Scorpio full moon. It's very important to you, Taurus, because Scorpio is happy birthday. Before we even continue, happy birthday, Taurus. We're coming up on the end of Taurus season, the last couple days of Taurus season, but some of you guys are going to be watching still in Taurus season, and I hope you guys all had a great solar return. So the reason why Scorpio energy is so important to you, Taurus, is because it's your opposite sign. So this is a very foreign energy to you. This is about what other people have, what other people share, shared resources. But for you, Taurus, this is your 7th house. Okay, Scorpios represent your house of relationships, partnerships, and that might be why I did the last message that we pulled had the Justice card. It had the Ace of Cups. So there are certain emotions here, Taurus, in relation to your relationships. And the card that came out for you is the Ten of Cups, which is very beautiful card to get for a 7th house reading. So this is about relationship transformation for you, Taurus. Even relationship death, relationship intimacy to a certain extent. So being intimate in your relationships, not necessarily just romantic relationships. The 7th house is the home of all our relationships. So even the relationships of our children go there, our siblings, our business relationships, our family relationships, all relationships. But what this message is, Taurus, is about emotional fulfillment. We do have a full moon in your 7th house. Okay, so full moons do represent being full with emotion, being filled with light, and you're getting the Ten of Cups. So there is some sort of ending here to consider. It may have to do with a home environment, it might have to do with children or a family situation or a relationship or all of the above. The Ten of Cups kind of embodies all those energies. Okay, this is about blessings. It's about happiness and fulfillment. It's that white picket fence energy. Now, Taurus, the energy we're getting underneath it all is the Knight of Pentacles, which in this case I feel is you. Now, this might be a messenger. It could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn that is messaging. It could be you, Taurus, that's doing this messaging. But you guys are on a quest for emotional fulfillment when it comes to your relationships transforming. There may be certain endings and beginnings to consider in your relationships, Taurus, but the message here is all about practicality. Although this energy has a lot to do with emotional fulfillment and happiness with this very watery full moon energy, Taurus is still trying to maintain stability. And you know, Venus just entered Taurus. So the fact that Venus is in your sign now and you're going through a 7th house full moon, there are going to be certain you know, relationship, romantic. I do feel a very romantic vibe. I do feel that some of you are connecting with a soulmate or will connect with a soulmate over the course of this month full moon cycle. But again, Taurus, this is about moving in a slower way. Some of you guys want to move a bit slower when it comes to this happy home that you want, this happy family, happy relationship. This could be a Virgo for some of you. The Knight of Pentacles is usually a Virgo for me, but since it's you, Taurus, it could definitely be someone who's on a quest for practicality when it comes to this emotional fulfillment. Like, what I'm hearing is, what is the most practical way that I could obtain this happy home, family, relationship stuff? Beneath the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Two of Cups. So some of you guys also have significant choices to make when it comes to the connections you're forming with other people. Now, Taurus, I feel like this could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It could be a Leo. Some of you guys are dealing with some very passionate people coming back from your past. We have a Sagittarius here. It could be an Aries. It could be a Leo. I do see Leo here. You got a couple different messengers though, Taurus. You see, we have two different knights that are charging forward towards these two people here that are emotionally connecting. So we've got someone here who's communicating in a practical way. We've got someone here who's much more quick and in and out. Okay, someone who hears more mutable passionately. To me, this looks like Virgo, Sag, but it could also be any sign. Pretty much fire and earth. You guys may have a decision to make between a fire and an earth sign. And I do see that there's just some communication going on. These could be two people that are on a quest for emotional connection. And most of this is passion from your past, second chances with passionate people who are in and out of your life. You know, but it's about taking action. You guys do want to take action when it comes to relationships, but you want it to be stable. You want it to be promising and long term. That's what the Knight of Cups is all about. You may have a decision to make when it comes to your relationship. It might not be between two people, but it could be a decision that you have over the next month that could potentially affect your relationship. So you're trying to put your best foot forward, Taurus. You're trying to be practical. This is about moving a bit slower when it comes to relationships. Some of you guys definitely want to move a little bit slower, okay? And you're probably not accepting very much anything from anyone who doesn't come with this energy. Like, what I'm hearing is, if you're coming, you better come correct, because I want a grounded relationship. Okay, Taurus, remember, this is all about emotional fulfillment in your relationships, okay? This is about your home, your family as well. This is about some kind of completion. I think you guys are wanting new love, but there is this soulmate from the past, okay, that is grounded and passionate, all right? There is this choice to make here. And the Two of Cups is usually maybe two people coming back together, especially with the Judgment card here. There is happiness from your past that is resurrecting, Taurus, very quickly. Someone wants to charge forward and take action pretty passionately, and they want to reconnect with you. It could be a Leo for some of you guys, or a Virgo, or any sign. Okay, so hopefully that message helped, Taurus. Just keep in mind that you are in a relationship with transformation, because you're the opposite of Scorpio. You're in a relationship with death and rebirth when it comes to the connections that you're making with other people. So the best thing to do right now is to ground yourself, and I think you know that, Taurus, to be practical, be more logical, move a little bit slower with people so that you can ensure the long term. It's not about moving quick right now in the end game. It's about moving slower so that you can reach your goal, even when it comes to relationships, okay? But you're getting a beautiful card, Taurus. This is about emotional fulfillment. It's the end to something emotionally. This is the last water card, and then after this card would be the Ace of Cups, which you guys did have in your last reading. So I think some of you guys are experiencing new emotion over the next month that may or may not be romantic. It may be self-love, but I do see new emotion coming in, Taurus. And yeah, I think this is going to be the completion and the new beginnings to your relationships with people. Okay, so hopefully that helped, Taurus. Happy birthday, you guys. Hope it was great. Let's move into Gemini energy. What is the full moon and Scorpio message for Gemini? Okay, a lot of us are getting a lot of cards. Gemini, you had 4 cards just pop out. We have the Page of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, and the 5 of Pentacles. So this is for someone. I would appreciate just one card, just so I know what you guys are all going through generally. But I think since this is such a deep energy, it's so intimate, that there's a lot of deep stuff coming up, and it's pinpointing the people who are going to be watching that are really susceptible to this energy. So how the cards came out was the 5 of Pentacles, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Cups. So the first, I don't know how to read this exactly. I think someone here feels left out in the cold. There is a love offer here. There is some kind of, this could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for some of you that you're connecting with, or it could be a significant love offer. It's very subtle. It's very young. There's a younger water sign here that is connected to somebody's destiny. There's an emotional conversation, the expression of emotion, Gemini, that is linked here to destiny, to Jupiter. This may be a Aquarius, a Leo, a Scorpio, a Taurus, since there's all the fixed signs here. I think some of this is pregnancy. There are Geminis out there. This here looks like a message for somebody out there who is pregnant, or a mother. Somebody here has young children. There is something that's about to change. Some of you guys, pregnancy is about to change everything. You know, some of you guys have destinies to be mothers. Now, I know there's going to be some male Geminis watching. Some of you guys have a destiny to impregnate someone, because it looks like there's just some kind of subtle love offer or feelings or something. Now, this could be an apology. Okay, there may be an apology coming in here that is linked to someone's destiny. I do see someone who's apologizing to a mother figure, because we do have the mother. Gemini, your mothers are coming up, or the mother of your children, your grandmothers. Okay, there's a mother here who's left out in the cold. All right, there's someone here, baby mama, something. Someone here is dealing with some conflict financially. And some of you guys, the mother of your children may be Pisces. I don't know what's going on here with that. I got Scorpio, Cancer here too. But water energy, there's some emotions that need to change here. The destiny of someone's emotion. I am feeling like this is an apology for leaving someone out in the cold though. Someone here is apologizing for leaving someone out in the cold, or some kind of financial conflict possibly. Something needs to change here financially, Gemini, with a mother figure, a pregnancy. It has to do with Jupiter energy opposing you. It has to do with your destiny. So interesting. At the bottom of the deck here is the Fool card. So you could be dealing with an Aries. This is a new beginning, a risk. I feel like some of you guys are going to find out you're pregnant over the next month though. And or that someone's pregnant. Someone here is bearing child, okay? And it's a part of their destiny. But be careful, because someone here does, this is a mother who's going through financial conflict. She feels left out in the cold. So that's just for some of you. There is some kind of new beginning there, okay? Let's see what's going on. Please give me a more solid message for Gemini. And wow, that Empress came right back out. So this is the card for Venus. I forgot to mention that last time, Gemini. And Venus did just enter Taurus, which is your 12th house. Interesting. So there's something here with Venus energy. You guys might want to look to your own Venus, because we got the mother coming up here. This is about beauty. This is about abundance. This is about nature. Now, Gemini, we haven't even talked yet about the Scorpio full moon and where it is in your house. So this is about your 6th house, okay? Your 6th house of lifestyle. Transforming. Gemini, this is a full moon in your in an area of your chart that has to do with the services you offer other people, how you're living, your health. This is about transforming your health, living a better lifestyle. There's going to be certain ways that you don't live anymore, Gemini, certain things a part of your day-to-day routine that are transforming. This is about transforming your routine, letting parts of your lifestyle die so that you can, you know, live this reborn sense of lifestyle. The 6th house for Gemini is Scorpio, having a Scorpio 6th house. This would be living a very transformative lifestyle, living a life. Now, this is the house of life that you have as the house of death. The house of death for you, Gemini, is the house of life. So, you know, this is about breathing life into certain things or reviving certain things in your lifestyle and becoming a bit more ritualistic, adding things, leaving things. You know, certain things will crumble if it's not in alignment with who you are. And some of this has something to do with the Empress. I know there's a lot of mothers watching out there for some reason. Some of you guys are pregnant. You guys, and if you don't want to be pregnant, be very careful of sex and things like that. You know, Scorpio does rule intimacy and shared emotions and secrets. Some of you guys may be secretly pregnant. Some of your guys' lifestyles are about to change really soon because there's going to be a child involved or something like that. That may or may not have to do with conflict, because we do have the 5 of Swords coming up as the bottom. So I don't know if some of you guys got in an argument with your mom and you guys are wanting to apologize from that, okay? Because there's someone here who got left out in the cold. Now there's 2 5s that showed up. Not only is there financial conflict with some of you, but there's also verbal conflict. This is about something that needs to change within the way someone communicates, because this is like, to me, this is an argument card. It's conflict with someone's mother or a mother figure, or it has something to do with abundance, beauty, maybe it has to do with nature, I don't know. But to me, this is an argument that someone had with a baby mama or a mother. Someone here may have different views about pregnancy. I don't know if this pregnancy is causing conflict or will over the next month. You could be dealing with a Virgo. We have Virgo showing up here. Some of you may have a Virgo mom or something like that. Some of your mothers are going through conflict. And I don't know why that's coming up for you, Gemini, for a 6th house. Perhaps your mom has more to do with your lifestyle than what you think. Or this mother figure. Be very careful of arguing with women of abundance. Now, if this is not a mother, or if this is not someone who's pregnant, this is a very beautiful woman. And there may be some arguments that go on with that, okay? And if this is not a Virgo, this is talking about isolating yourself, being wise in this conflict, okay? Someone here is reflecting on an argument they had or reflecting on conflict. We have the 4 of Swords here. And, oh, wow, the 6 of Cups. So, yeah. Some of you guys are healing and resting from something from the past. Now, there are children here coming up. Okay, someone here, there might be a child that's healing or something like that. But Gemini, this is about healing your past. Some of you guys, it's been a while since you've spoke to someone from your past. You could be separated from a soulmate. And we do have the Death card here. So be very careful not to defend yourself from this transformation, Gemini. I don't know if some of you guys are dealing with a defensive Scorpio, or if there's a Scorpio battle here, or maybe it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming up, but we do have the Death card. So this is about something ending and beginning. Okay, when it comes to this, when it comes to your past, there may be a Scorpio soulmate here to consider. Some of you guys have a Scorpio child or a Scorpio coming back from the past, or maybe this is about something that ended in your past that you're trying to heal from. Okay, but we do have conflicts here. Be very, very wise. If you're arguing with any Virgos, Gemini, I would not want to stick around to see that. You guys are both ruled by Mercury. I do not want to hear a Gemini and a Virgo argue. You know, so yeah, this is about being very wise about what you say. You want to pick your battles wisely, Gemini, is what I'm hearing. This is a pick your battles wisely, because you're already healing. You're healing in your isolation and your solitude, but there is an underlying energy here of conflict. Maybe this has to do with your lifestyle. You know, maybe some of you guys, there's something here about communication or speaking. Maybe there's just some conflict. Maybe you guys argue. Maybe there's some people that don't agree. Maybe your mom doesn't agree with the lifestyle that you live, and there's an argument with her over this full moon that you need to reflect on. Keep in mind, anything that comes up, Gemini, is if it gets destroyed, it's so something else can be rebuilt. So this Empress was definitely a part of your guys' message, because I tried to get another card and the Empress came out again. So some of you are dealing with women of abundance, or this is about your abundance. This is about your beauty. This is about attraction. This is about Venus. So it even could be about love, but this is about transforming your lifestyle so that you can live in a more abundant way. There we go, Gemini. If none of that else resonated, this is about living a lifestyle of abundance and beauty, living a lifestyle that's more in alignment with nature. Okay, and more in alignment with love, because this is Venus here. So pay very close attention to where Venus is, because I think some of you guys are dealing with conflict at a heart level. There may be some arguments or just conflict when it comes to your lifestyle. When it comes to any conflict, Gemini, please make sure that you are healing with wisdom. There's healing wisdom here when it comes to some kind of conflict. And it does have something to do with the past. So hopefully that helped, Gemini. You've got this Empress, okay, that is definitely relevant for this full moon. You know, the Empress is about giving birth to something, which is Scorpio energy too. Please know that there will be newborn energies that come from this conflict, from this argument, from this battle or this war or whatever needs to change about somebody's mind or someone's thoughts. Yeah, this is definitely giving birth to a new project, giving birth to a new relationship, giving birth to, you know, just something creative is what the Empress is talking about here. So that has to do with your lifestyle. Full moon in your 6th house of lifestyle. And as I said before, there will be certain ways of living that you never associate with again, in the name of living in new ways that you haven't ever lived in before, if that makes sense. So full moon of this is about transforming your life, Gemini, transforming your health, transforming your services that you offer other people as well. Oh, okay. Well, I think that might have been for you, Gemini. Okay, juggling. This might be for Cancer too, but we have the Two of Pentacles that just wanted to jump out there with the Queen of Swords at the bottom, and again the Empress. So some of you guys, there's a Queen of Swords Empress, Gemini. This is you, Gemini. The Queen of Swords could be you. It could be a Libra, it could be a Aquarius. There is some communication with a mother figure. For some reason, that's what I'm getting. For some reason, that has to do with your life. It has to do with this transforming. It has to do with this choice financially. It has to do with this juggling. Okay, there's a decision to make here, and there's some clear communication that a mother figure wants from you, Gemini. You know, don't bullshit your moms around this time. Alright, let's try to move into Cancer energy now. Cancer, what's the Scorpio full moon message for Cancer? What is the Scorpio full moon message for Cancer, Spirit? Scorpio full moon message for Cancer. Sun, moon, rising. Ooh, okay. Cancer. Alright, so you're a water sign, just like Pisces, just like Scorpio. So there are these very deep emotions to consider. Cancer is very similar to Scorpio in that they're very in tune with protecting themselves emotionally. You guys have such deep emotion, but it's all internal. That's why beneath the Scorpio exoskeleton, beneath the crab's shell, is this gushy, very easily harmed thing. So you've had to build this protection up, right? Cancers are very, very deep feelers. So this energy is in your 5th house, Cancer. a full moon in Scorpio in your 5th house. So this is all about pleasure for you. This is about endings and beginnings, transforming through creativity. Okay, this is going to be a very creative, emotional full moon for you guys. This is the 5th house of children, okay, for any of you guys out there who have children, or maybe your inner child. But the 5th house is all about creativity and pleasure. It is the house of romance, and it is the house of soulmates as well. So there's a little bit of that coming up too, Cancer. But the card we have coming out for you is the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you guys are dealing with a very practical woman. If you are a woman, then you're taking on these energies yourself. There's an energy here of mastering what somebody values. Very odd energy. It's a Capricorn, it's a Taurus, it could be a Virgo, but this is about being very practical in a feminine way. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles to me is Mother Earth, which would be more of the Taurus energy. Maybe you guys are feeling more of that Taurus energy than the Scorpio energy. Or maybe you guys are just trying to be grounded, because I can only imagine what some of the Cancers are feeling right now. Maybe some of you guys are just focusing more on practicality. Maybe you're focusing more on work, worth, value, finances, the tangible, the materialistic. That's the Queen of Pentacles realm. She has mastered the art of value and worth and reality. She is a woman, and it doesn't have to be a woman. It's just a feminine vibration though. So I think you guys are trying to ground your emotion with this. You're trying to manifest something financially, some kind of new beginning. It could have to do with a home. It could have to do with family. The Queen of Pentacles always reminds me of a security and stability in a home environment. There could be a woman that's important for you guys. And if you are a woman, this could be the qualities that you're trying to take on. You could have significant Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy on your chart. It is Taurus to me. The bottom of the deck is the Magician. So someone here may have Mercury in Taurus. Someone here may have Mercury in Virgo, Mercury in Capricorn. This is a very grounded way of thinking. You guys are really trying to ground your mind, which is odd, Cancer. I do feel there is something you guys want to say. Okay, because we do have the Knight of Swords. We got a Gemini coming up here, and right beneath the Knight of Swords is the Eight of Wands. So there's some Cancers out there listening that really want to communicate something. I mean, to the point where they're about to jump on this horse and charge forward and say it, whether you're ready or not. Cancer, ready or not, here I come. This is a Gemini. It could be Aquarius or Libra. But these are two very fast cards predicting communication. So this may be a full moon cycle over the next month where you guys are really putting your feels, and you may want to express that really quick. It may have to do with travel. Some of you may make a very quick decision to travel. This may be communication online. I see that some of you guys are back and forth. Yeah, you guys have definitely a decision to make. Someone here is juggling their thoughts. Like there's these two different thoughts that you have, Cancer. Juggling these two different thoughts. Maybe somebody here who's financially stressed out, who requires clarity. Someone here requires clarity over an ending with a water sign. Someone here requires clarity about an ending with a Scorpio maybe. We have the Queen of Cups there, and that's a Scorpio energy. We have an Aquarius here. Scorpio, Aquarius energy, very important, Cancer. And the Ten of Swords. So this is what I mean by someone has to have a conversation about what is ended over the next month, over what is painful. But there's definitely some kind of decision that you guys need to make. Okay, you're juggling. My dog is taking a drink of water, so maybe you guys just need to drink some more water or something, Cancer. But yeah, juggling two different thoughts. This is literally someone who's at a crossroads, and this has something to do with movement. Both of these cards are charging. Both of these cards are quick. Both of these cards are messengers. There is someone here who's on a quest for truth, even if they have to travel, even if they have to like something, Cancer, because back to this Magician, this is all about manifesting. This is about believing that you have the tools that you need in order to create something, in order to do something. But the Magician is about Mercury. So someone here may have Mercury and Gemini. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely about communication for you, Cancer, in relation to your 5th house transforming. There's something here transforming when it comes to pleasure, when it comes to romance. There may even be the death to consider here. Death to romance, death to certain things, pleasure. Because you guys are in a more grounded way of thinking. We got some earth sign women showing up, Cancer. Whatever that means. You guys could just be trying to be more grounded and practical in order about your resources for sure. You guys are looking at what you have, but it's like, please know that you don't just have that pentacle in your hand. You also have that cup. You also have the sword and the wand. So I feel like some of you guys are definitely going to say something throughout this month. There could even be some arguments, okay? The Knight of Swords is charging right to that Magician. Could be Gemini, Virgo energy I'm picking up on here. But definitely some communication. I mean, your underlying energy, it has everything to do with communication. Mercury, Gemini energy, Virgo energy. I mean, the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Magician, all have to do with communication. And then beneath that, we have the Two of Swords telling me that Cancer is back and forth in their mind about, should I say this? Should I not? Should I go? Should I stay? Like, I don't know. There's these two conflicting thoughts, some sort of stalemate, and it may or may not have to do with juggling two different truths, two different people, places, things, juggling your own thoughts. There's just some kind of crossroads mentally here, and that may be why you guys haven't been communicating very much. Okay, but there's something fast coming in here mentally, and I think that's why you guys are trying to ground yourself with this Queen of Pentacles. Tell me more about this Queen of Pentacles for Cancer. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? We have the Ten of Wands almost pop out, so there are financial burdens somebody is carrying. There may be an earth sign burden. We have the Fool card popping out. So there's like some kind of risk that you guys want to take. And that's why you're looking at something tangibly, like does this make sense? That's why you're back and forth, because there's something financially or something like that. There's some kind of risk. You may be jumping into something with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the King of Wands here now, a Leo. Someone here may be communicating with a Leo. They may have Mercury in Leo. They may have Mercury in Aries or Sagittarius. Now, remember we had those two queens, Cancer. Now we're having two kings. So you got a lot of king, a lot of queen energy. That tells me that there's a lot to master here. And we do have a Scorpio showing up for you. And we have a Leo. So now we have Scorpio, Leo, when before we had Scorpio, Aquarius, which is really interesting. You know, this is about stabilizing your emotion if you're not dealing with a Scorpio. Stabilizing your emotion. Could be Pisces, could be another Cancer as well, but this is about the equal give and take. And look, we have the king of, oh my god, Cancer, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands too, and then the World card. So there's some completions here. Okay, like you've got the King and the Queen of Wands, the King and the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you are dealing with a twin flame. Some of you guys are definitely coupled or in a relationship where you guys are mirroring each other. I've got a fire sign and an earth sign here, but you know, Cancer, I feel that there's just a lot of people in your reading. I feel like there's a lot to master. Someone here needs to take action. Someone here needs to focus on stability and, you know, focus on what they're giving emotionally and what they're receiving emotionally, because there's something here about the equal give and take emotionally and how that could further, you know, balance what you feel around this time. That is a Scorpio card for me. So we had 3 kings show up. Okay, there are 3 kings in this message. So there are multiple men here. King of Cups, King of Wands, King of Pentacles. That could be just one person. We have the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands. So there's definitely a relationship completion here. Talk about romance. Talk about creativity. But what the cards are saying is that there is some risk. It could be an Aries for some of you with the Fool card. But there's like something you want to jump into. And before you jump into it, before you jump into this new beginning, this is about a new beginning financially. Before you create something, it has to do with children. I don't know why this is coming up for you, Cancer, for the 5th house of romance. And some of those could definitely be romantic interests. But this is about a risk financially. This is about a risk you're taking with an earth sign. This is about jumping into something new financially, potentially a new job, a new home, something, Cancer. You're trying to stay grounded as you jump into something new. Some of you did jump into something new over the next month, and because of that, you're trying to re-ground yourself. But there is a very new, tangible, this is a new beginning that you're going to be able to see. You're going to be able to touch. It's going to have to do with your worth, your values. It could be a Taurus, an Aries, new beginning with a Taurus, something like that, Cancer. I really hope that that helped. Just keep in mind, this is transforming you at a very creative level. This is transforming your pleasure in life, okay? So hopefully that helps. Some of this death and transformation is going to come in the form of children for you, Cancer. It's going to come in the form of romance and soulmates, okay? Let's move to Leo. What is the Scorpio full moon message for Leo? Scorpio full moon message for Leo. Now that is strange. Alright, so I just did the Cancer reading, and you guys are getting the same card that Cancer got. You guys are getting the Queen of Pentacles. She has come out twice now for Cancer and Leo, so there's something going on there. I will get you guys another card. This is quite a different message than what Cancer just got, Leo. But first, let's talk a little bit about this full moon in Scorpio. So Leo, you are also a fixed sign. Scorpio is a fixed sign as well. So when you deal with this energy, it does create a 90-degree angle. We got Leo here and Scorpio here. So it creates a 90-degree angle, and that is a little bit of a conflict. It does bring up compromise. So I do have to talk to you guys a little bit about completions at a soul level when it comes to compromising, when it comes to meeting somebody halfway. That may be what you require around this time, Leo. But Scorpio full moon is in your 4th house. So this is a full moon of light and transformation when it comes to your family, Leo, when it comes to your home, children, when it comes to your roots. So this is transforming your home. This is family transformation. The very ground beneath your feet is rumbling and transforming, Leo, with this Scorpio full moon in your 4th house. Family completions, home completions. You guys could be moving. You guys could be just bringing in transformation and just some kind of new energy in your home. People could be moving in, people could be moving out. But Leo, this is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, we've got an earth sign woman here for you as well. This is a very feminine earth vibration. So earth sign females are very important to you around the energy of this full moon in Scorpio for the next month until the Sagittarius full moon. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn women may be very important. Or you guys may be taking on this energy. You guys may be trying to be a bit more grounded yourself. This is a very grounded energy. And since you're going through the 4th house of home, I feel like this has to do something with, you know, since everything is transforming in your home, you guys are trying to do your best to be stable. You're trying to do your best to be secure. You're trying to do your best to focus on your finances and your worth and your value. Again, this is a woman who cleans, cooks, does laundry. There may be some kind of important earth mother. This is the Mother Earth. It is a Taurus. It is a Capricorn. It could be a Virgo. Any of those signs could be important, or people like that. Stable women in your life, maybe something of support around this time. Now, Leo, the bottom of your deck is the 5 of Pentacles, though. So this is telling me that you guys are focusing so much on this pentacle here because some of you are dealing with financial conflicts. Something needs to change here for this Queen of Pentacles. Something needs to change in the name of your stability, security, and finances. Something tangible. Some of you guys may be jobless or homeless. You may feel poverty. This may just be a fear coming up. Some of you guys are just afraid of poverty, afraid to be homeless. Like you're afraid of what these financial conflicts will bring. Again, unemployment, or just maybe feeling like something needs to change at a tangible level. Yeah, this is a very important energy here. Someone here is focusing on the money they have during financial conflict, and you're going through the 4th house of home. So I don't like to see this for the 4th house because some of you guys could literally be feeling the loss of financial security in a home, the loss of stability. Like I said, Leo, the ground beneath your feet is transforming. This is all about your family transforming. You guys may need to ask for help. You may need to take shelter. This is the take shelter card. You know, to have a Scorpio 4th house is not easy. I mean, that means that your home is constantly transforming, Leo. Like there's always something new. There's always decay. Like you guys, I do suggest that you guys get out any old energy in your home, anything that is attached to like stuff that isn't aligning with you. Like so old boxes, go through them, old things from your exes. Like make sure you're purging your home. Cancer. I almost called you Cancer. Jesus Christ. Could be dealing with a Cancer, but Leo, make sure you're purging your home, even if it's just your bedroom. Make sure that you're like, you know, making sure your room is transformed. Okay, some of you Leos out there are dealing with heartbreak because now we have a different message coming up. Now remember, secrets are coming out with this Scorpio full moon. So I do see that someone here is separated because of the truth coming out about deception. You look at these 3 cards right here. Someone here is going to hear the truth. Okay, it could be a family separation. It could all be about family, Leo, for you this time. But I do feel that some of you guys are broken because of the truth is burdening. Like there's some kind of secret that was being hidden from you, Leo. Okay, with this High Priestess here, someone here was getting some secret attention somewhere. This was like a very secret burden or an emotional burden. You guys followed your intuition. And I'm telling you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. There's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But to me, this is literally a separation, a third party, a heartbreak. Someone feels betrayed here because of a hidden agenda. The 7 of Swords is all about someone who cheats, sneaks, lies, Leo. And the truth may come out about that over the next month, whether it's about you or someone else. And this is going to be quite a burden. And it's because of this truth that comes in. Like there is truth. someone here may spy in somebody's phone, or they may spy in real life. Like, you may see it with your own eyes, someone cheating. Like, this is a spy here that is getting, is someone here finds out the truth. And there's a spy energy, and you find out that someone is cheating, lying, deceiving you, trying to get away with something. There's something here that was hidden from you. It results in a heartbreak, a loss, like something separates. It might be a breakup, because this is someone who's, there's some Leo out there definitely finds out the truth that someone lied, deceived, cheated, and it's a heartbreak. It might be a third party. For some of you, this might just be a loss of a job. There might have been some stealing or lying or a hidden agenda in a job. I don't know what this is for all of you, but there is some truth about deception here that is heartbreaking, and it results in financial conflict. It results in something that needs to change tangibly, financially, and this has something to do with the Queen of Pentacles. This has all something to do with the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a message about your home, Leo. Even though there's other things going on, some of you guys are feeling a bit alone and left out in the cold financially, like you're carrying way too much responsibility financially on your own. But you're, especially if you're a mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not alone, okay? You're not alone here. There is someone out in the cold with you that could potentially help you. You know, there may be an age difference, but there's someone here that can help you financially throughout this conflict, Leo. And this is most likely has something to do with your home. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is all about having a stable home, but she does stress out a lot about money. Something here needs to change. I don't know if you guys lose a job or something like that, but yeah, the underlying energy is this Five of Pentacles. So some of you are just trying to really handle this conflict in a very earth sign way. There may be an earth sign that feels left out in the cold, okay? You guys may have separated from an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But my message to you, Leo, is to be as grounded and stable as you can throughout this full moon in Scorpio in your 4th house. A lot of emotion comes up with the 4th house. That's a very emotional house. That's why it has to do with family and home environments and your roots. This is about the ground beneath your feet, Leo. And you may need to surround yourself with very practical, tangible, stable people, because you guys are going through a lot. There is wish fulfillment, though. I did just pull the nine of cups for you guys, so there is wish fulfillment with this full moon as well. I just think there's something you guys need to ground first. There's some kind of new beginning that needs to get off the ground. Okay, so hopefully that helps, Leo. This is about your foundation becoming more practical. This is a transformation that's happening amongst your family, amongst your children, when it comes to your roots. Wherever you consider home, Leo, this is transforming for you. So you may end certain homes, you may begin certain homes, there may be certain endings and beginnings in your family as well. All right, so let's move to Virgo. Virgo, what is the full moon in Scorpio message for Virgo? Full moon in Scorpio message for Virgo, please. What's going on for Virgo? Wow, okay. So Virgo, the Scorpio full moon is happening in your 3rd house of communication. So this is about the things that you're thinking, your lower mind. This is literally the transformation of your lower mind, okay? That your lower mind is always transforming, Virgo, because you have a house like Scorpio, death, rebirth, transformation as your 3rd house. So this has to do with short distance travel, your lower mind, your lower thoughts, what you're saying, what you're thinking, Virgo, your communication. This is a full moon that may complete the ways that you communicate. There may be new ways of communicating after this full moon. There may be old ways of communicating that die and wither away. You need to be very careful of what you're saying with this 3rd house full moon, Virgo. And you are capable of communicating with this full moon, okay? If I was a Virgo with this full moon happening in my 3rd house, I would definitely communicate with Luna. This is about communicating your deep emotions, Virgo, communicating throughout this death, throughout this transformation, throughout this rebirth. It's all about what you say, Virgo, okay? This is all about your lower mind transforming. Okay, and you know how that is. As a Virgo, you guys do a lot of thinking, you guys do a lot of analyzation and always processing information that is coming and going. So we have 3 cards that came out for this full moon in your 3rd house, Virgo. We have the Page of Pentacles, which is a messenger, an earth sign messenger. We have the Hermit, which is your card, Virgo. So I know this is a message for you. And we have the Four of Swords. So this is a 3-card message. Okay, to me, this is about Something that you need to say, you know, you're coming out as the Page of Pentacles, and this is a very lower mind kind of energy. It's not the king. It's not anybody who's mastered anything yet. This is a new beginning, someone who has a lot of growth to still do. It could be you or someone else. It is a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. It is someone who's found some sort of new money, some kind of new pinnacle, okay? And there is a lack of experience here, okay? And this may be about your communication. But we do have this Page of Pentacles, Virgo, and your next card would be the Hermit. So I don't know if this is someone you've turned your back on, if it's another earth sign. Some of you could be dealing with other Virgos too, because the Hermit card showed up for you guys. So Virgo energy, you guys are reflecting. You guys are in the middle. You're in the middle here of healing and a new beginning financially. Every page comes with a message, like it is spoken. And this is a very grounded, practical energy of communicating. I think this is something that you're saying, Virgo. But I think before you say this thing, before you find this new pinnacle of value, look at it. Look at what you're looking at. This is literally you, and you're being wise. This is the Four of Swords that you're focusing on. So some of you guys are going inward to reflect on healing. Okay, and it's really interesting that you're going through the third house, because we do have the Four of Swords, and you can see that there are 3 swords up there on that wall. So this could be reflecting on things that you've said, or reflecting on things before you say certain things, because this is all about communicating in a more practical way. And you know why you're doing that, Virgo? Is because this is all about emotion. Okay, there's a lot of emotion coming up here with this full moon in your third house. So it does bring attention to deep soul communication. All right, deep soul communication. But the Hermit is more of the silent type. So there may be something that you're not sharing, which is totally fine. That's why Virgos don't talk a lot about their emotion, because you guys have a third house Scorpio. So this is about secrets, Virgo. Like, to have a third house Scorpio, this is about definitely reflecting on certain secrets in your soul, you know, going inward, maybe even isolating yourself a little bit so that you can heal. You guys could be feeling a little bit more introverted. Now, Virgo, this is telling you guys to rest. Some of you guys need to rest more with this Four of Swords. This is a card that comes up for meditation, prayer, healing. You guys need to reflect and meditate on something, and it may or may not be some sort of new adventure. This is like a fool. It's an earth sign fool, someone who found new money, someone who has this new real thing that's going to help them on their journey. This is like a hairdresser who found a pair of scissors. This is an artist who found a paintbrush. You see, that's just a metaphor there, but you found something of value, Virgo, and because of that, you are reflecting and taking some time out to heal. Like, this may be you guys taking some time off in order to find new value in a person, place, or thing. Now, the bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups. So there's also an underlying energy here of your past. Could it be that there's something you're reflecting on in the past, Virgo? This could be a soulmate you're connecting with. This could be a child. The Six of Cups is very nostalgic. So it may or may not be an offer coming from your past, a job that you used to work at when you were younger, or something like that. Some of you guys, there's going to be an ending. There's something that's going to end. This Scorpio, we have the Death card here, which is Scorpio. You guys could have a Scorpio child or a Scorpio soulmate. To me, this is transforming nostalgia. This is going to be a very nostalgic full moon for you guys. It's not going to be the first time that something died. It's not going to feel like this is the first time this is happening. And that's because there's some kind of energy coming back from your past. Perhaps it's linked to a battle of some sort. It could be linked to defensiveness. I feel like there are maybe some of you guys dealt with death as a child, because this is like childhood death. And that's metaphorical, of course. This could be, you know, there may have been a part of you that died as a child. Your innocence, your inner child may have been wounded. There's something that's ending here. Your past is transforming, Virgo, so that you can let down your guard a little bit. Childhood trauma is coming up here. There's something from your childhood that's transforming. This is childhood transformation. It may or may not be with your own children, but it's going to be almost like, what I'm hearing is revisiting death. This is going to be a revisit, not the first visit, okay? You're going to be revisited by this Grim Reaper of your past. This is the Grim Reaper of your past coming back to collect anything that is still a part of you that has no business being a part of you, Virgo. Okay, that has something, your past has something to do with what you're reflecting on, with why you need to heal. I mean, I know this was for you, Virgo, and I know you guys need rest. You guys need to reflect and meditate and spend some time on your back with your hands like this. Okay, that's the Four of Swords energy, meditating. I do see a very wise soul who's reflecting and meditating before they say something. This is about your soul's communication. It might not be what you say verbally. This could be what your soul is communicating to you, Virgo. And it has something to do, of course, the universe isn't going to like completely shit on you. It's going to give you a card that you could definitely relate to, which is this Page of Pentacles. This is such a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This is about finding something new after you reflect and meditate. You absolutely need to reflect and meditate during the next month before the Sagittarius full moon. Something that you need to reflect and meditate on. Heal. There might even be something you need to pray for, Virgo angels. Okay, and it's to bring in this new value. It's to bring in this message. This could be a call back about a home, about a job. There is something very real being presented here to you, Virgo, but your back is turned to it briefly. This could be a younger earth sign. Page of Pentacles is a younger earth sign. It's a young financial message, and I'm feeling that. I'm feeling young energy here. Okay, this may make you feel younger again. This may be something that makes you feel younger and more valuable and more energized, but that's why you need to heal in order to bring this in. All of you want with this Page of Pentacles is coming in to communicate, and it's something from your past, money from your past, an opportunity of some sort. Page of Pentacles, huh? New beginnings. And it could be you, Virgo. That could be your energy wanting to say something. And if that's the case, I think you guys are going to spend some time in isolation first, at least mentally, before you really speak out. Remember, I told you to be careful with what you say, and that's interesting that it came up. This is somebody who's being very wise about what they say before they start some kind of new energy. And I think it has to do with your past. Okay, Virgo. Hopefully that helped. This is a very interesting message. I think it's very important that you guys are reflecting on healing right now, so that there could be this new grounded beginning for you guys. And for some of you guys, this is actually a very real practical soulmate. It may have to do with children. Again, there is something that is transforming from your past that has to do with a final battle. It may have to do with a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius person, but sudden endings and beginnings that are, it's not the first time that this has ended. It's a very nostalgic ending, a very nostalgic beginning. So it might be linked to your past life battles, but this has everything to do with you reflecting and healing before this Page of Pentacles comes in to offer you something, Virgo. I love it. I love that, Virgo. And keep in mind, this is your third house. So this is about transforming your mind, transforming your communication. This is death. This is certain death that you're going to be communicating about. Communicating death, being the voice of death right now, Virgo, and actually being the one to speak up after a time of silence. I didn't mention that, but this is a very silent energy. This is a very reflecting, silent energy. So it's not what you say, Virgo, it's what you don't say. And in your case, that's the most grounded form of communication. And this person may come to you to communicate to. This younger earth sign may come to you, or this very young opportunity of value from your past, maybe. Interesting, Virgo. Third house full moon of transformation and communication. Let's move to Libra. Libra, what is the full moon and Scorpio message for Libra? Interesting. Full moon and Scorpio message for Libra. Libra, we just went through 2 full moons in your sign. There's not a third one. This is bringing a closing of the chapter for that Libra energy. This is a full moon in Scorpio, which is your second house on the zodiac wheel. So it's interesting. Scorpio for you is what Taurus is for all of us. Scorpio for you is about possession. This is about your resources, Libra, your finances, your values, and your worth. And this is about that transforming, okay? There may be endings to certain financial endeavors. There may be beginnings to certain financial endeavors. And this is about, you know, something being reborn when it comes to your possessions. Actually possessing transformation in death and rebirth. This is about, you know, what you gave away to people coming back to you, because for you, Scorpio represents the shared resources that are actually belong to you, just like Taurus represents the resources that you have actually being shared amongst other people. That's because you guys are opposite of Aries, so the natural zodiac wheel is all flipped for you. Pisces is your 6th house, Virgo is your 12th house, Scorpio is your 2nd house, Taurus is your 8th house. Do you understand what I mean there? It's very flipped. It's like an alternate universe. So again, this is about transforming your finances, certain endings, certain beginnings. This is about what you possess, transforming financial death in order to financial destruction in order to be reborn, sex and intimacy as well. The card coming out for you is the Six of Cups, Libra. So this is also going to be very nostalgic for you. This card kind of came out for Virgo. So soulmate energy to consider here. It's children, nostalgic. This is the Sun in Scorpio card. Six of Cups is very Sun in Scorpio. So if you're dealing with any Scorpios, they're showing up here. Or you may have your own Scorpio energy. But yeah, this is very nostalgic, very childlike. There may be something here about revisiting your childhood home, childhood school, childhood friends, childhood relationships. Very nostalgic, maybe even a past life. And I don't know why this would be coming up for your second house. This is something that belongs to you, Libra. This is all about what you own and what you possess. And this is about what you own and what you possessed as a child. And something nostalgic. So some of you guys could be earning money in a very nostalgic way, like working at a childhood home, a childhood hometown. I mean, you guys might be working in your hometown, or you may be, there might just be something linked to money and nostalgia. For you. And keep in mind, this is all about transforming, maybe even some secrets. The underlying energy that you guys have, though, is literally the Death card. So there is an underlying energy here of a Scorpio, of the Scorpio full moon. There's an underlying energy here of an ending and a beginning. So this was kind of in the Virgo message. I think some of you guys, especially if you're dealing with the death of a child, the death from your childhood, Scorpios from your childhood coming up here, certain endings and beginnings from your childhood. It could be a past life as well. There's just something here it's a very nostalgic ending. And what that means, a nostalgic ending would be something that this has ended many times before. Like, this is not my first time experiencing this ending. So this Scorpio full moon is going to be very nostalgic for you, Libra. Okay, it's going to bring up certain things from your past that need to end and begin. It may have something to do with certain battles you've been fighting. This is about the ending to a final battle of defense. Like, some of you guys are trying to guard something, trying to protect something. It could be with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have a Cancer showing up here. We have a Capricorn, the Ten of Cups. So it's interesting you have Cancer and Capricorn, because that's an opposition. That may have to do with Mars, that may have to do with Pluto, that may have to do with Saturn. The North and the South Node may be coming up here. Battles with your destiny, Libra. But this is definitely talking about a nostalgic death, a nostalgic beginning. So this whatever begins and ends for you, Libra, over the next month until the Sagittarius full moon, it's not going to be the first time that this ended or began, okay? And that might be because you experienced it as a child. You may have experienced it in a past life. But there is something dying. It could be, darkness from your childhood coming up here. It may be an ending and beginning that has to do with children or soulmate energy. I do believe that this is a battle that's ending for you guys, so that you can start fighting for other things. Okay, keep in mind this is second house energy. So your finances have something to do with this. Work, value, what you valued as a child, Libra, is coming up here. The worth of your inner child is coming up here if you don't have kids, if you're not a parent. This may have to do with walking away from your past. I do feel that. There is a man in the back of this card. If you can see up there's a man that walked away from these children, or from this soulmate connection. Someone may have to walk away from a soulmate connection in order to transform and in order to end and begin this battle once and for all, because this is the final battle card. Okay, so to me, that's a death battle. This is a defensive death. Someone here is defending this death, and it is metaphorical, Libra. Some of you may be dealing with actual death, especially those of you who dealt with death as in your early childhood. But I feel like this is more metaphorical. This is about, someone who's really defensive, that just getting decayed. Like, there's some kind of wall that needs to be destroyed, Libra. And it's a wall that was built at a very young age. Okay, it was a very nostalgic battle, a very, 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 it's like about emotion too. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio coming up here. This is about what you felt when you were a child versus the job you have now. Like, there's something about your childhood, like emotions that you felt deep as a child. Healing inner child wounds, inner trauma, inner childhood trauma. Okay, so we've got the Death card here, the Nine of Wands, the Page of Wands. So there could be a message, could be a fiery message that comes in. It's a younger fire sign energy linked to this Chariot. Okay, so there's something here about your home, a vehicle as well, a house, a vehicle, and this passionate messenger, this younger fire sign energy. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of battle, someone's defensive, but this is perseverance, Libra. This is about being gone through so much, but willing to go through more in order to express yourself. But the underlying energy is the death card. So there is an underlying energy here of an ending, of transformation, rebirth. And this has something to do with your past. It has something to do with children, soulmate. And keep in mind, this has everything to do with your finances and your worth. But for some reason, the message coming out with me has to do with your past. It's nostalgic. So maybe this is about a job from your past that you worked at, a job that was connected to your childhood, something like that, transforming. And there may be certain endings and beginnings. Again, there may be new ways that you make money after this, Libra, because this is your second house. There may be there are old ways of making money that never work again for you. So I do feel like this is going to be bringing completions financially to you guys. I think this is going to start new beginnings financially for you. And I think this is all happening so that you can wind up as someone who's taken back everything that is theirs, because the second house is all about what you own and all that you have, and all that you have is transforming right now, Libra. So you're going through this cycle over this month until June 17th, where your finances and your worth and your value, all your possessions are going to be transforming. All right, hello Scorpio, let's move into your sign. Let me focus here before we start talking. What is the Scorpio message for the Scorpio full moon? What can I tell them? Scorpio message. What is the message for Scorpio for the Scorpio full moon? All right, Scorpio. So this is your full moon. First of all, huge fan of your energy. It's very deep. It's very transforming, and I just love it. And I just want to thank you guys for representing something so pure. Scorpio, this is in your first house of self. This is about how you're seen. This is a full moon that is going to bring completions to who you are, how you're seen, your personality, your aura, your presence is transforming, you know. And this is going to make me talk a little bit about how Scorpios represent something that they don't usually consider for themselves. You're always there when other people are transforming. You're always there for people who are in these deep parts of their life that are transforming, and they're going through rebirth, you know. It's like, who's there for you? Okay, you know, this is like actually turning inward to yourself to see the energies that you represent for everyone else and how you can incorporate that for you. I love when people go through first house energy because it has everything to do with who they are. So Scorpio, you are transforming. You are becoming reborn. You are dying. And you're shedding old parts of yourself away. You are no longer a caterpillar. This is a cycle that you're completing. Okay? This is about darkness within you that needs light shed on it. So the card that we have coming up for you, Scorpio, is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man for Scorpio. This is a Pisces for some of you. This is Neptune energy. So Neptune in your fifth house is important. The Hanged Man is a card that comes out for people who feel stuck, feel stagnant. They feel maybe a tidbit uncomfortable. There's something here that's been delayed or something like that, Scorpio. I feel like this is coming out because you guys are kind of just going to be, it reminds me of a bat. I don't know why I'm seeing a bat, but bats hang upside down. So I am feeling that, I don't know if anyone's connected to bats here or anything like that, or what the spiritual symbolism of bats is, but I'm seeing this person who's hanging upside down. And they're doing this in order to see something differently. There's something about this Scorpio full moon that is going to enlighten you, Scorpio, which is interesting because Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus is your opposite sign. So enlightenment is a thing that you're in a relationship with over the next 7 years because it's in Taurus. And this is also a card of enlightenment. I don't know if you guys can see, but this person does have a ring of light around their head. In that ring of light, this is enlightenment that can only be obtained for people who are able to sacrifice something. And that's interesting. I always forget usually that the Hanged Man is about sacrifice. This is about sacrifice, Scorpio. There will be, and you guys know how that is. You guys know how resurrection is. You guys know how rebirth. You got to sacrifice something. And death is a sacrifice. People don't talk about that a lot, but death is a ritualistic sacrifice that all of us have to make in order to get back home. Okay, death is a sacrifice all of us has felt. We will all feel it one day personally. This is a personal death, Scorpio. This is the death to the way you're seen. I think this is about seeing yourself differently. Not so much about other people seeing you differently yet. You got to see yourself differently first, Scorpio. So, you know, your world may seem upside down right now. There may be some darkness coming up. There may be certain things in your life that have to do with sacrifice. That have to do with stagnance. It's about slowing down a little bit right now with Taurus season going into Gemini season, which is your 8th house. Scorpio, you guys are about to go through 8th house energy with Gemini season. But yeah, this is all about sacrificing something. There's something that this full moon is going to ask of you. And it's going to ask something of you that is going to result in the sacrifice of your comfort. Okay, the Hanged Man sacrifices his comfort. I mean, he's hanging there by one foot, but he looks pretty stable, right? He looks okay. And that's because what he's seeing. What he sees is a complete different form of perception. Like your perception is being changed by something, Scorpio, about all things. The way you think is coming up here, what you say, how you're perceived, you know. But the bottom of the deck here is the King of Swords. So we do have a very masculine air sign coming up here. A very masculine, intelligent person. It may be a man. It may be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius man. There may be something here you need to see differently before you speak out. There may be something here that you needed to see from a different angle. Something you needed to sacrifice in order before you could speak out, have a certain conversation with someone. I do see Sagittarius here and Aquarius. I see Gemini, Libra. I see Aries, Leo. But this is about charging forward, like taking action, but mastering your mind first, mastering the facts. The King of Swords is all about facts, especially the King of Swords. And we have the Queen of Swords here. There's a king and a queen here. All right, 2 people who have mastered something, but also, Scorpio, you know, there's some waiting. I know there's some waiting. You guys are waiting on something to grow right now. You're waiting. You guys know this energy. You guys feel this energy. You guys are in your head a little bit. There may be a little bit of negative thoughts about finances. There may be negative thoughts about reality. There may be, you may feel stuck. You may feel imprisoned in your own mind. But please know that you're gaining a deeper perspective of truth. You're seeing the truth in a different way. You're seeing clarity in a different way, and that's because the full moon is in your 1st house. Like the full moon, excuse me, I always do that in the Scorpio readings. I get like burps or whatever. Yeah, this is about seeing clarity in a different way. You know, the King of Swords, he's got his clarity or whatever. He knows what to say. He says what he means and means what he says. He knows how to cut people off. He knows how to detach. But only the Hanged Man can offer you a unique perspective. This is about a unique perspective on something, and it is about a sacrifice, Scorpio. It is about a sacrifice. This full moon is going to show you a light, a very unfamiliar light, so that it can light up a part of your life, a part of your soul that even you have kept secret from yourself. But I feel like this is literally about just seeing yourself differently, and don't be surprised if you start getting seen differently. You know, this might be a soul sacrifice. This might be a sacrificing yourself. This is sometimes self-sacrifice. And it has something to do with clarity. It has something to do with the truth. This is a very enlightening truth. I mean, I love that the King of Swords is at the bottom to tell me more about this Hanged Man, because I know this is going to be extremely mental for you. I think some of you guys you're detached right now emotionally, even though, come on, I know you guys are feeling all these emotions. You guys are feeling, you want to move forward with passion. There could be an air sign that's moving towards some of you guys, or an earth sign. I do see Taurus here, Capricorn, Virgo, but there's the Queen of Earth and the King of Air. So a conversation that needs to take place with a grounded woman, or in a grounded way. Either way, there's something that you need to master about your mind. There's something you need to master about your thoughts. And that has something to do with how you're intellectually perceived by other people. But this is spiritual. Okay, the Hanged Man, it can sometimes be illusions. It's Neptune energy, Neptune retrograde, but it's spiritual. This is a very spiritual truth you guys are going to be gaining. You're going to be gaining clarity spiritually, which is something that people have to work for. But this full moon is going to just grant it to you. Especially if you guys sacrifice something. Now, someone here may feel like they sacrifice their truth, okay, for passion or something like that, but you're seeing it all from a different perspective, Scorpio. You may have to hang upside down for a minute like a bat. You guys are just going to be chilling. You guys are probably okay with things coming to a halt right now in stagnation, because you guys know how this energy has to come and pass. So you guys are getting the Hanged Man, and the Sun just wanted to come out. So you could be dealing with a Leo, but this is definitely about clarity. Like, look at this lineup. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely about clarity. Some of you may have children, but this is about joy. You got the most positive card. You guys are going to be gaining clarity about what truly makes you happy at a childhood level, like at a child's soul level. That's exactly what you're seeing differently. This is literally a message about seeing something differently. And that's because you guys are going to be crystal clear. You're going to be clearly communicating. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, important here. But come on. Okay, you're definitely going to be seeing something differently. And that's because the Sun in Taurus is shining on the Moon in Scorpio opposite. There's a relationship between the Moon and the Sun right now, between light and dark. And what Scorpio is doing is they're literally seeing things clearly for the first time in a long time. I don't know if someone here felt like they had to sacrifice their happiness. You may have to sacrifice your light. And you know what that means, right? You know what that means deep down, to sacrifice your light. That's to sit in your own darkness and heal it. You know what I mean? The most dangerous thing we can do is ignore our darkness and just simply think it's not there. Or to just associate darkness with evil or what it's not. Like, everyone has a moon sign. And you know how this is, Scorpio. This is about secrets. It's intimacy. This is death and rebirth that you're going through in your first house. So you guys are going through personality death. And that's also that you can see things in a different way. And it's also that people can see you in a different way, which, come on, who doesn't need to see death differently? Who doesn't need to see sex differently? Like, Scorpio, you are changing the game. You're the game changer right now. So hopefully that helped you guys. There will be sacrifices, but please keep in mind that these sacrifices are all in the name of seeing something from a different perspective. This card only shows up for people that needed to see something from the flip side. Okay, while you're up there upside hanging down, wow, this may be an opposite energy, like light becomes dark, dark becomes light. Like, the Hanged Man is a very interesting thing. He teaches the lessons of opposites, like seeing something from a completely different point of view. If you were up before, you're going to see things from the down perspective. If you were light before, you're going to see it from the dark perspective. And that means balance. It does require a sacrifice of movement. It does require being stagnant in order to become enlightened. But there is happiness. I've seen the Sun card for you guys. So, first house full moon, Scorpio. This is going to be a completion of self. This is going to complete who you are. You may never be the same after this. Who you were, you may never be the same, because you're going through the transformation of self. This is about the deepest part of you. So hopefully that helps, Scorpio. Shout out to the Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Risings who are watching. Let's move into Sagittarius energy. What is the Scorpio full moon for Sagittarius? Wow, a lot of people are coming out as their zodiac card. So Sagittarius, this is a full moon in your 12th house, guys. So not only is this a full moon of light in Scorpio, which is darkness, so the light is already lighting up a very familiar part of our universe. It's a place that is usually hidden and dark and secretive and intimate. Sagittarius, Scorpio is your 12th house, so this is your subconscious. This is about transformations happening beneath the scenes. You might not be aware of some of this transformation. You may not be aware of the death that is metaphorically taking place in life right now. Pay attention to your guys' dreams, because your dreams are going to have a lot to do with transformation. They're going to have a lot to do with what needs to subconsciously die. This is a subconscious death, okay? This is a very intimate form of your subconscious. So please pay attention to those dreams. This is a very spiritual transformation for you, a very spiritual rebirth. But when you're going through 12th house energy, things are brought to your attention. You know, the subconscious is usually not something that we're aware of. That's why it's called the subconscious, because it's the unconscious, basically, not conscious. The moon, not the sun. Dark, not the light, basically. But there's a full moon of light in your 12th house of Scorpio. So secrets could be coming to the surface. Certain things that you were just unaware of within you, within other people, could just be coming out. But what we have here is the Page of Pentacles. And I think this is also about, you know, trying to stay grounded. A lot of us are getting Pentacle energy, because this energy, you can't hide from Scorpio. And a lot of us are just really trying to stay grounded. This is a younger earth sign for some of you guys. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. It could just be someone who's young, who's trying to be practical with money. Especially the Page of Pentacles. He done found something. So, you know, Sagittarius, you guys have a month. before the Sagittarius full moon. You guys need to get ready because you're next in line for this full moon cycle. So in a month, there will be a Sagittarius full moon. And so throughout the next month, May 17th to June 17th, you guys are going to be, there's going to be some financial messages that come in. And this is all about your subconscious. That's why it's really interesting to talk about the 12th house, because it's the house of undoing. This is you undoing a cycle. This is you ending a cycle so that you can really end one when the Sagittarius full moon. I just want to show you guys, we do have the Temperance card at the bottom of the deck, and this is your ruling card. So I don't know if you guys need to stay patient right now for something. Some of you guys are trying to stay patient, trying to stay balanced, trying to moderate and get that perfect temperament of a person, place, or thing. And I feel like it has to do with finances, because Sagittarius, you are being surrounded by the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Neither one of these energies is a king. So there's still a lot to master here. Like there's something here about money, finances, something tangible, which is a home. It's just something you value. Let's just put it like that. So there is this like message that comes in over the next month, and it may have something to do with money or value or just groundedness. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn coming up, especially Virgo. This is the Knight of Pentacles. To me, that's a Virgo. No matter who this is though, this is about moving forward in a slower yet more practical way. Okay, you guys are trying to stay very patient financially, and I have felt that with you, Sagittarius. A lot of patience coming up here. You guys are patiently moving forward in a practical way, which I'm going to go ahead and congratulate you guys for that, because you guys are more the Knight of Wands. Like, I thought it, let's do it. I felt it, let's do it. Like, very excited energy. So for Sagittarius is to be taking on this more grounded, practical energy. Is just, you know, this is 2 cards of patience here. So I think you guys are really patiently moving forward, perhaps with earth signs, perhaps financially, or you know, at a job or something like that. You know, the Temperance card, this is the Archangel Michael. 1 foot is on land and 1 foot is in water. So you are balancing the emotional and the physical realms. But I do know that you guys, some of you guys are out there a little bit avoiding what you feel with the 8 of Swords. You guys are, maybe some of you are feeling a little hint of negative thoughts still. Some of you guys could just be waiting. Okay, we have the 7 and the 9 of Pentacles. So lots of Pentacle energy for you. And we have the Moon, could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer. This full moon is about risks for you, Sagittarius. Is it a risk to be moving a bit slower? There's a lot of options here. Are you just going to jump into that subconscious realm? Sagittarius, you are going through 12th house energy, and this is a 12th house energy if I've ever seen one. We have the Moon, which is Pisces energy, and that is 12th house. This is about you guys are afraid to jump into something emotionally. You're afraid to take a risk with one of these options here. This is a great card to come up for the 12th house. Okay, this is a Moon in your 12th house. That's what these cards are saying. The Moon is in the 12th house for Sagittarius, and here you are in the middle wanting to take a leap of faith, to take a risk, to jump into something new, but there are a lot of hidden emotions here. The Moon sometimes can talk about fear. So are you afraid to take this leap of faith? Is it a new job? Is it has to do with money or something? But I think someone here is afraid to take this risk. Now this is a new beginning at a soul level though. That's what this Scorpio full moon is for you, Sagittarius, is a soul risk. Like your soul wants to intuitively jump into something new with a person, with a place, with a thing. It's a new journey at a soul level. Like your soul wants to jump. It wants to take a leap of faith. But the thing is the card right underneath the Fool is the 7 of Cups. So it's like you got a lot of options here. There are a lot of hidden options. Someone may be afraid to jump into this because there's so many different feelings. Like this is literally the subconscious. It's a fantasy realm. This person is in a dream in this card, and they're presented with all these subconscious options that they're not aware of, and it's like, just pick one, Sagittarius. Just pick one and jump with it. Whatever that means to you guys, this full moon is like, just pick one and jump into it. Pick a feeling, pick a thing, pick an option, and just go with it. You're guaranteed to get one of these things. But I think you're afraid of some of these options. I think you're afraid of some of these feelings, Sagittarius, and you're keeping them at a subconscious level. I do see that there is some Pentacles coming up here, the 7, the 8, and the 9 of Pentacles. Down here is the 8. This is the 7 and the 9. So some of you are waiting on someone that's single. You're wanting to be abundant on your own. I mean, lots of Pentacles. Lots and lots of Pentacles. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. We had the 1111 go off for you, Sagittarius. So to me, that's a synchronicity. Okay, that's a definite synchronicity. I don't know how these cards were laid out, but Sag, some of you guys could be feeling a bit confused. Okay, you might be feeling overwhelmed with this full moon over the next month about where to leap. Like you want to follow your intuition though with this energy. Okay, your moon, your soul, your shadow side is wanting to take a new beginning, and this is about being intuitively guided while you wait. You're being guided intuitively into your subconscious, and that's where you're going to find all these options. Okay, there may be a Pisces around you, there may be a Cancer, but this is the moon. You know, it's the Scorpio full moon showing up for you, and it's attached to this Fool. I don't know if someone here has an Aries moon. Okay, but this is the message that came up for you, Sagittarius. It was the Page of Pentacles. All right, staying grounded, finding some sort of new sense of wealth, finances, something valuable maybe, but staying patient. Okay, this is something coming to you. Look at that. Look at that Page of Pentacles wanting to give something right to you. It could be a Taurus or a Virgo or a Capricorn that has something very stable to offer you. They may be communicating something. It could be a job, it could be a house that you hear back about, but this is coming right to you. This is you, Sagittarius, this Temperance, someone who's trying to stay patient and balanced, try new things. This is about trying new things. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. When that page, because this is it. First it's the Page, then it's the Knight, and then I feel like it's the King. So it's like someone did some growing up. Now they're ready to move forward. They done found some money or something that they were patient for, and now they're in pursuit. Now somebody's on a quest. The Page of Pentacles isn't moving like the Knight of Pentacles is. So this is a pentacle that is literally, it's going to help you on this quest. Okay, this is a quest for stability and security. All right, but remember, you know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to take a leap, Sagittarius, because there's a lot of options here that you've been waiting on coming forward, but you will have to take a soul leap into the darkness. This is like a leap into the darkness, Sagittarius, but it's an adventure nonetheless. It's still an adventure. So hopefully that helps, Sagittarius. This is extremely subconscious for you. You are asleep during this energy. What I like to say when people go through 12th house energy, that you're asleep during this energy. So be very, very mindful of what comes up in your dreams, especially if you have any dreams about offers coming your way, messages of finances and wealth, something very practical being offered to you. Let's move into Capricorn. Capricorn, what is the Capricorn message for the Scorpio full moon? Capricorn, what is the Scorpio message? Okay, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, so this is an 11th house full moon for you guys, and so that means that this Scorpio full moon is going to be quite collective for you, so you can pretty much times all this heavy, intense transformation energy by 11. All right, yeah. Definitely very collective. The collective is all about joining together with mass groups of people. So this is about transforming collectively, Capricorn. This is about dying. This is a genocide. I always say that with you, Capricorn. Scorpio represents a genocide energy. Not literally, of course, but it's not just going to be one death. It's going to be the death of many people, many things, many places, metaphorically, of course. This is a collective rebirth. That sounds a little bit better, right? So friends are coming up here. If you have any Scorpio friends, or just, you know, friends in general, this is the 11th house of friends, the 11th house of community, groups of people, social energy, so the internet. There may be some transforming that's going on through the expression of the internet. So that's the 11th house, okay? Definitely some endings to certain groups of people, certain beginnings when it comes to friends. The full moon in your 11th house is completing things, shining light on at a very collective level for you, Capricorn. So interesting. We have a very clear message coming out here for you guys. I know there's a lot going on for you because of the collective energy. That means there's just like lots of groups of people, lots of things and groups to anytime anybody goes through 11th house energy. And for you, Capricorn, like I said, it is a very genocide energy, dying in groups, the mass destruction of groups, not literally. But yeah, this is the collective death basically, and groups. It's gonna happen in groups. You may need to do some of this transforming with 3 or more people. So we have the Three of Pentacles showing up for you, Capricorn. So right away, there's something here about teamwork. It's interesting. You're going through the collective, and that's an energy of all working together. There is no I in team. So there's just something here about your coworkers, about the people you work with. There are three significant people here. The Three of Pentacles to me is about a plan. There may need to be some kind of plan in motion over the next month, Capricorn. The next month until the Sagittarius full moon, and then the month after that there'll be a Capricorn full moon. Okay, so you guys are getting ready here for Cancer season in a couple months, which is your 7th house of relationships. Straight up, Capricorn, somebody here has some anxiety about work. Okay, some of you guys are losing sleep about something that ain't working out. Work is causing you a lot of anxiety. Big shocker, right? This is the Three of Pentacles anxiety. Some of you guys have insomnia because you're not being able to sleep. And it's linked to some kind of third party. It's linked, this is a pentacle. You are getting a pentacle energy, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. But the underlying energy is the Nine of Swords. So someone here is having a hard time sleeping. Insomnia, having nightmares maybe. This is a bed of thoughts. Negative thoughts in your mind of anxiety, and it has something to do about money. It has something to do about a job. Somebody here could work 3 jobs, and that might be resulting in a lack of sleep. Somebody's mind is restless here. And I think it's because there is this wish, okay? This is about, you know, your wishes keeping you up at night, but you're dealing with this plan that you've already agreed. This is a contract. I've never read this card like this, but this is a contract that you've made with a person. Okay, it could be literal. Some of you guys could literally have a commitment. You know how it is when you guys commit to something, you're doing it. You know what I mean? Saturn is retrograde. So I think this is a contract that has to do with 3 people, places, or things. It could be a contract between you, a person, and a child, you, a person, and a job, you, a person, and money between you two. Codependent coming up there a little bit. Either way, there are these 2 people that have presented a person in this card with a plan. And I think this is about a contract that you're in, Capricorn, that you may not even realize that this is a boundary of yours. This is a responsibility of yours. This is a restriction. Capricorns do deal with restriction. It's really interesting. If you can see here, I don't know why, but that just looked like a goat to me. So that's spirit really telling me that this literally looks like a goat. It never looked like a goat to me before, but it looks like a bull or a goat. So Taurus, Capricorn energy showing up there. This is about something that needs teamwork. Like, I don't know if you're working all on your own. This person is like standing up on something a little bit higher, working on something on a window, or working on something on a wall here. Definitely working, and these 2 people have a plan. They're not doing much work, but they know what needs to be done. But it's important that these people are all working together harmoniously, okay? And this is about friends, okay? These could be friends of yours, especially because you're going through 11th house. It's interesting that we have the Star card coming up. This is Aquarius, and the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. So again, I think there's some kind of contract, whether it's a relationship contract, whatever. You guys know how contract commitments are, Capricorn. Whenever you agree to something, there's a metaphorical contract that you're energetically signing. Like, yeah, I'll be there at 4 o'clock tomorrow. And, you know, that's why I feel like shit when I don't follow through with something, because you made a commitment. This is a commitment, a contract that you've agreed to. It's the job you work at now. It's something like that. Whatever you're doing to make money, some kind of teamwork, co-worker situation, where you're getting a job done for somebody. But at night, your dreams are keeping you up. There might be an Aquarius that you have stress over. Your wishes, your dreams, you know, it's causing you some anxiety. The fact that your North Star, Aquarius energy connected to this anxiety, this up late at night energy, your dreams, your wishes, your destiny is calling you at nighttime. And that is also a commitment, Capricorn. You also need to commit to healing. Okay, especially those of you going through some really, really heavy anxiety over some kind of ending coming up. We have the Hierophant card here. So also Taurus. We got Taurus and Aquarius showing up for you guys blatantly. It might be a commitment with an Aquarius coming up here. There is the Page of Cups too. So there might be a significant emotional conversation. There may be a Pisces involved, a Scorpio, a Cancer, or someone who's coming to apologize. This is a younger person. Usually it might be a younger water sign, or just someone who's more younger when it comes to emotions. But yeah, there's someone here that may apologize. It might be a Taurus. It might be about a marriage or a commitment. Like, some of you guys are trying to keep hope in a commitment, You're trying to keep faith in this commitment, but it's causing you anxiety. You're not sleeping very well at night. There's just some negative thoughts. Maybe you guys aren't getting enough sleep. Some of you guys are not getting enough sleep because of your wishes. This might be what you guys are working on. Some of you guys are out there working on your dreams, your goals. You guys are really committed in this sense to a dream and a wish. Okay, there's some kind of traditional wish here or something like that, but there is the Nine of Swords, which is troubling me. There are those dark thoughts. Pay attention to your thoughts before you go to sleep, Capricorn. There might be an apology here when it comes to a marriage or something. If you guys are committed, there is a commitment here that someone has with an Aquarius or with their hope. Someone here is keeping hope in their commitments through the anxiety. And then there's like this love offer here. There may be an offer for commitment here, Capricorn. Some of you guys need, oh God, you guys need to rest more, Capricorn. Look at what my cards are telling me. That Capricorn needs to rest more. You need to meditate more. You need to heal more because your mental foundation here is coming up. We literally have your card coming up here after the Four of Swords. This is literally saying Capricorn needs to rest more because you're working way too hard. You may be doing the work of 3 people. There's the 10 of Cups here to consider as well, and the Queen of Cups. This is a Scorpio woman to me. It could be a Pisces or a Cancer, and we have the High Priestess. So we literally have a very Scorpio water sign energy here. Some of you guys may be keeping there may be something you don't see yet emotionally. Okay, there may be something that you might intuitively feel it. There is someone that they're admiring you, Capricorn. You got a secret admirer. Someone who's watching you from afar. You're too far in your head to notice it though. You have too much anxiety, but this is a secret admirer. Someone who is secretly watching you at a party or while you're around a bunch of people, secretly admiring you over the next month. It could be a water sign. This could be you. Someone has secret feelings here. Someone's keeping their feelings a secret. This is a secret admirer. It might be a Scorpio. But Capricorn, yeah, there's something here about a home environment. I don't know if you guys get a lot of sleep. I don't know if you have trouble sleeping at the current home environment you're in. But this is definitely talking about your foundation and your emotional fulfillment and how you can rest and heal. There is healing coming up. Some of you guys need to heal. But yeah, we have the Page of Cups. Healing through an apology, healing through emotional conversations. There might be a subtle love offer coming here from someone who you haven't talked to in a while. Someone who healed, someone who allowed you to heal, and now they're coming back to apologize for how long they haven't talked to you. It could be a Taurus, a Pisces. We have an Aquarius here. But yeah, this anxiety has something to do with a commitment that you've made that it inspires you. In this case, inspiration, the commitment and inspiration is keeping you up at night. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think you guys are just working hard, but keep in mind, this is about healing and taking time out for you too, Capricorn. So yeah, we have the 3 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords. I do feel like you guys got some work anxiety, but every Capricorn does. Work is keeping you up at night. This is someone who works 3rd shift probably, or real early in the morning. This is someone who wakes up with a lot of on their mind, or they're about to go to sleep with a lot on their mind, and it has something to do with what they're working on. It has something to do with these 3 people, this commitment, this contract. This is a little bit of anxiety here, but you guys do have this Star card, okay? This is about inspiration, hope, renewal. This is a new commitment coming in over the next month. It might be a love commitment with an Aquarius, a Pisces. It looks like a marriage though. It looks like tradition. That's the High Priest there. So yeah, I just think some of you guys have a little bit of anxiety because of how much you've taken on. But, you know, Capricorn, I think you guys, yeah, we have the Sun card. You're waiting on happiness. Some of you guys are going to be traveling, doing some traveling. I think some of you guys just need to take a vacation. Okay, get your mind off of some of this stuff about work. This is someone whose mind is constantly on work. They're just overthinking about work and overthinking about the plan. What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? You're going to know the plan very soon, Capricorn. You know, just wait a little bit. So yeah, Capricorn, this is all about the people around you, which is a good card to come up with the 3 of Pentacles. Make sure the people around you are people that you would work with. Don't make any friends with people that you wouldn't trust with a business contract, or that you wouldn't sign a contract of friendship with. Yeah, this is about groups of people, the collective. This is a collective transformation. So this is going to be transformation, a big old group. Transformation is going to come at you in bulk, okay? So one right after the other. Hope that helps, Capricorn. Let's move into Aquarius energy. What is the Scorpio full moon message for Aquarius? some of you guys are feeling trapped. I see the little indication here of the Eight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. It might have to do with a child, or some of you guys are, it's about happiness that you're waiting on. Aquarius, okay, first it was Leo, now it's Aquarius. You guys are going through a 10th house full moon though, so this is supposed to be mostly about your career, your long-term goals, your legacy, things like that, Aquarius, because this is a Scorpio full moon, so it is squaring you. We got Aquarius and Scorpio here. It creates a 90-degree angle. Here's Scorpio, here's Aquarius, 90 degrees. Career conflict coming up here a little bit over the next month. This is energy is all about the next month, okay? So until the Sagittarius full moon on June 7th, it's June 15th, 16, or 17, but we know this is in between that time frame, May 15th, June 15th. So lots of stuff coming up in the career. This is gonna complete. This is like transforming you at a career. This is your midheaven. So Scorpio is the area and you're on the zodiac wheel for you, Aquarius, that has to do with the direction in life that you're going, your destiny, your legacy, your career, the next 10 years, like what you're leaving behind. That's transforming. There may be endings. There may be certain careers that change, whatever that might mean for you, Aquarius. But this is a very serious energy. The message we have coming out is the Three of Swords, same as Leo. And Leo and Aquarius are opposite, so I'm just wondering if there's anything going on there. We have a separation here. This could very well be a career heartbreak. There may be loss at a career level, whatever that means. There just may be coworkers that move on, or you know, that you may have to move on from a job, Aquarius. Some of you may feel heartbreak on a romantic level, but I just want to stick to, that's me being detached for you. Not wanting to believe that Aquarius is heartbroken, but some of you guys might be. Some of you guys might be dealing with betrayal. Maybe you just need to communicate at a heart level, because we have these thoughts. This is a head over heart decision in a career situation. Be very, very careful, Aquarius, because now we have the Seven of Swords, the underlying energy. Here's your message for this Scorpio full moon. In this case, this is deception that breaks somebody's heart. It may be a third party that someone finds out about. Keep in mind, this is about your career, so I don't know if there's any hidden agendas at the career, whatever you do for a living. If there's any lying, cheating, stealing that is involved in your career, it may be heartbreaking. It may be betrayal, you know. And then even beyond that, we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so we have the Seven and the Eight of Swords as an underlying energy, and my Three of Swords just fell on the ground in reverse. So some of you guys are getting out of third parties, maybe getting out of working 3 different jobs. Yeah, but this is about someone who's sneaking away and getting away with something while somebody's trapped and elsewhere. I don't know if there's someone who's in prison here, or if they're just kind of stuck in their own mind. Allow yourself to feel what you feel, Aquarius. This is a very emotional full moon. You know, some of you guys, it might involve a child, but I think it might be maybe really a Leo. The sun is Leo. So I don't know if there's someone here who feels trapped in their mind, negative thoughts about it with a Leo, or maybe with a child. Someone here feels trapped with a child, especially if you have a son. There may be something that is feeling more like a prison with you and a child. But this is all about waiting for your future, Aquarius. There are going to be options that come in. Whether you see them or not, whether you miss them, or whether you're emotionally available for them or not, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, we have the Three of Swords coming out for you, Aquarius, and it did fall on the ground in reverse to let me know that most of you guys are getting out of this heartbreaking energy, getting out of that deceptive energy. Both of these do talk about, you know, deception, betrayal. Just be very careful, because the Scorpio full moon is going to reveal secrets. It's all about secrets. Some of you may find out that there's someone with a hidden agenda around you. They may cheat, they may lie, they may steal. This is someone who wants to get away with something. But, you know, this does also talk about self-deception. So in this case, somebody could be deceiving their self. I do feel that some of you are going to resonate with that. This is self-deception, keeping yourself in a certain mind. Now, this is a lot of sword energy, Aquarius. This is your own energy, air energy. So I think this is just what you're thinking about with this Scorpio full moon. Leave it to a deep energy like Scorpio to bring up and bring up certain things that put Aquarius right in their mind. Like, you guys might be doing some overthinking about betrayal from the past. You may just be kind of paranoid, like, is this person gonna hurt me? Is this person lying? You know, you're just trapped inside a negative mindset that has something to do with this very hidden agenda trying to get away with something. You might think someone around you is trying to get away with something, and I do think some of you guys think happiness was stolen from you. You may think that the light was stolen from you. You may think a Leo is cheating, or maybe it's your own child that is doing this deception. Okay, but we have the Three of Swords coming out. Some of you, again, may be dealing with this more in the career font. Okay, this may be a loss of a certain job or a career. Okay, and you may feel like this was, you know, something that was taken from you. You may feel a little bit in your head about this. Like, maybe you don't want to deceive somebody, Aquarius. Maybe you don't want to lie and cheat and steal. But the underlying energy is that Seven of Swords. So for those of you out there, I just have to hint on this. For those of you who are in relationships dealing with heartbreak, separation, betrayal, you want to communicate from the heart. This might be a third party you find out about, and it might be quite heartbreaking. When I see a combination like this, you might want to check out the Leo reading to know what's going on on an opposite scale. But this is like finding out that someone has another person on the side, or finding out that someone lied, cheated, stole from you, wanted to get away with something, and that broke your heart. Beneath the Seven of Swords is that Eight of Swords. This is a synchronicity, the Seven and the Eight of Swords. So someone feels trapped inside their mind with this deception. And now someone here could just be allowing happiness to be taken from them, but I feel like this is something that you're waiting on in the future. This could very well be energy from the past. Scorpio energy brings up very deep energy, and this is just something you're thinking about, Aquarius. I think some of you guys have a head over heart decision to make about someone who may or may not have cheated on you in the past. There is someone here who may be in jail, and because of this jail, prison, asylum energy, you know, you may want to be with someone else, and that breaks someone's heart. I just see some kind of scenario here where that's going on, and there is children involved, there is travel involved. You know, someone here is waiting on happiness in the future. All right, but emotional availability is coming up here. Happiness is coming, Aquarius, but I think some of you guys are really in your head about a career right now, especially over the next month. I feel that this is going to be something that comes up for all Aquariuses over the next month. Okay, you guys may have to take on this energy to put yourself first in order to work somewhere or do something along the lines of your destiny and legacy that may make people see you as this sneaky energy. You know, Aquarius are the masterminds. The Seven of Swords is an energy that we have to take on when we're taking back everything that belongs to us. You know, and I think in this case, you're in your head a lot about this deception. You're in your head a lot about this, you know, head over heart decision, but it's all about what makes you happy, Aquarius. You know, you're definitely going to see this happening because this is done. You can't see it, but this card is yellow and it's done right in the middle of daylight. This is someone who's stealing from an army base. I don't know if someone goes to jail for stealing. This could be you or someone else, Aquarius, but you're going to be aware of it. This is literally someone who becomes aware of that. And because of that, they feel a bit stuck, but it's about waiting on the future. Again, this is the card that came out for you, Aquarius. Let's clarify it real quick here, just because I love you. Why did the Three of Swords come out for Aquarius for the Scorpio full moon? Why did the Three of Swords come out for Aquarius for the Scorpio full moon? This may have something to do with that compromise. It might be a compromise between your head and your heart. All right, this might just be a heartbreaking full moon. It might bring up a lot of emotion. Okay, it might be a loss of a career. Please clarify the Three of Swords. Okay, there we have the Hermit. So for some of you, it's a separation with a Virgo. You may have Virgo energy. Some of you guys are just trying to be wise and reflect on your own broken heart. This is going to bring up, I don't know why, Aquarius, but you're going to be reflecting on the times of heartbreak. You're going to be reflecting, maybe you guys separate from someone in order to isolate. You guys just might need to spend some time on your own, but the truth is coming out. All right, we have the Page of Swords, so I don't know if you're spying on somebody secretly. This is like a very hush-hush spy. It's one of the best spies right here, Virgo. Someone who's going inward to spy and get the truth. You guys are reflecting on the truth. There's a truth that comes to you over this, and it may have to do with financial equal give and take. It might be a Libra. We're back to this Eight of Swords again. Yeah, there's something you don't know, Aquarius. See how that woman's blindfolded? And then we have the High Priestess, so there's just, you might have a secret admirer too. Okay, someone here, someone got their eye on somebody in broad daylight. This is a secret admirer. A Capricorn also got this energy, but this energy here is going to cause some conflict. It definitely is a Leo for some of you. We have the Strength card, and it could be an Aries because now we have the Strength card and the Emperor. So I don't know if, yeah, this is about a boss. Wow. Aquarius, this is about your boss. The Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles, that's your boss at work. I don't know if some of you have a Leo father, or if there's a Leo father figure, or maybe someone needs to be strong. And then we have the Devil. So there's something here about Capricorn energy, authority for sure at work. There just might be some stealing or hidden agendas going on at work, Aquarius. But you got a secret admirer on top of that. Definitely a Leo, definitely Virgo for some of you. Something has not been revealed to you, Aquarius, some kind of attention that you're going to get. Again, this is going to cause a little bit of conflict for some of you. Someone who wants to get away with something, but you're going to be in the middle of conflict. It may have something to do with the equal give and take, justice. This might result in going to court in order to balance things out. But yeah, there's a truth that comes out that really puts you guys in your head. Okay, and that's because it causes you emotion, but you're not exactly allowing yourself to ground in that. But yeah, someone here is really caught up in their mind. This is like negative thoughts. It is a messenger. I don't know if this is you, Aquarius, as an air sign. You may say this to someone. You may tell the truth to someone that they're cheating or something like that. But either way, this is about the Hermit. This is about being wise. This is about going inward and reflecting. Okay, this is about your isolation, your solitude, Aquarius. And some of you may be separating from a Virgo. Okay, because of this truth. So wow, Aquarius, yeah, this is your message for the Scorpio full moon. Isolate yourself at a heart level, especially those of you out there who are dealing with heartbreak, betrayal. You may have a head over heart decision to reflect on, Aquarius. All right, Pisces, what's going on with you guys? Let's get the Pisces message out. What is the Scorpio full moon message for Pisces? All right, we have a card coming out, Pisces. First of all, this full moon in Scorpio is happening in our 9th house. So Pisces, you know, we're all water signs, okay? Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So we're going to feel these emotions. But Scorpio being our 9th house has everything to do with our beliefs. It has to do with our expansion. It has to do with learning and teaching. It's a very studious energy. It's a very adventurous energy. So we're learning about transformation. We're learning about death and rebirth. We learn the most from Scorpio energy because it is our 9th house on the zodiac wheel. So what is it that we can learn from what's dying right now, Pisces? What is it that we can learn from the destruction that needs to take place over the next month? You know, there is going to be this breakdown of energies going on within all of us. And I know Pisces is out there feeling it. And that's why we're getting the 5 of Swords, okay? We got the 5 of Swords, so I do feel like there's going to be significant arguments that take place. You know, when everybody is taken to this deep place that they try to hide, like, all of a sudden, we have this Scorpio full moon, and people who have avoided emotion, avoided secrets, avoided skeletons in their closet, they're forced to go to that dark place. And that does bring up, you know, certain energies in people. You know, this is going to bring up conflict in our mind, Pisces. I do feel we will argue with certain people. Just keep in mind, these arguments are key access points to this transformation taking place. You know, in this case, arguments may cause death. Arguments may cause endings and beginnings, Pisces. I know we're going through conflict, though, because the underlying energy for us, Pisces, is the 5 of Cups. So we've got some conflict and something that needs to change with both of our messages. There is an underlying energy of loss, disappointment, depression, sadness, negative thinking at the underlying energy. So this argument, this person, there is a person in this card that wants to win no matter what. And then there's these people in the back that just don't want to fight anymore. Like, they're putting down their sword. I think that's us, Pisces. This could be our 2 fish back here hanging out by this water. But there is this person here who's holding 3 swords in their hand. So I don't know if we broke someone's heart, or if someone just feels like if they're just coming from a place of betrayal. Like, that person in here, right here, that person is heartbroken. And because of that, they've got some words for us, Pisces. And I think we're not speaking to this person over the next month. There's some kind of ending that happens. We just don't want to fight anymore. That's what Scorpio energy teaches Pisces. Like, this is such a deep energy for us that we just put down our sword. We may not want to say anything. We may just stay quiet in the sake of not arguing with this person. Something needs to change here, though, Pisces. Underlying energy, this conversation, this argument that takes place, this conflict, I'll just call it conflict. This conflict, this communication conflict has something to do with something we lost in the past. This is an argument from the past, maybe, where we're focusing on these 3 cups that have knocked over, when Pisces, there's perfectly 2 cups right behind us. You know, so if this is about love, if this is about something that ended, please stay optimistic. I know we've lost these 3 cups. These are people, these are places, these are things, these are emotions that we feel about the past, Pisces. This deep Scorpio energy, you know, we have to be very careful not to let it pull us into the depressive part of our emotions, because this could be a very have-not energy. It could be very disappointed energy. This could be an argument that we lose, that we choose to lose. We put down our sword here, and it has something to do with the past. Like Pisces, this is water under the bridge, okay? Whatever this is, this argument, it's water under the bridge. Don't argue over anything that's over. Don't argue over anything that, you know, these are feelings that you don't even feel anymore, all right? Over the next month. So, you know, don't argue over anything that's ending. Let it flow, let it go. Turn around and see that there's 2 perfectly good upright cups. There's more of what you lost right behind you. It's interesting that this card has 2 cups behind that man, and this card has 2 swords on the ground. So we don't want to fight anymore. We're too disappointed. Okay, this is an energy of loss, something that needs to change at an emotional level. We do have the Empress here. So I don't know if someone here, if there's something that we don't know. There is a mother. Our mothers are coming up here, or us as mothers if you're a mother, Pisces. But this is about beauty. This is about Venus energy. This is maybe a Libra or a Taurus or an Aries woman, but this is the mother of the tarot. It's about beauty. It's about abundance. There is some secret abundance here for you, Pisces, that this Scorpio full moon is offering you. Remember, we're learning about this. We need to learn how to have these conversations and these arguments with people like this, Pisces, without walking away feeling so depleted. You know, I seen a quote yesterday that said, real emotional mastery, when you really master your emotions, your environment, people outside of you don't affect your mood. And I know that's really hard for us, Pisces, because people could say just one thing to us. It could just be the smallest of thing, and our whole mood done changed. So this is about, you know, accepting loss as a gain. Like, these are 2 cards that seem to depict loss, but Pisces, the fact that we put down this sword, it makes us a winner. You know, this is like, you know, an energy where you have to lose to win or something like that. Like, let the other person win. If they're so egotistical, if they want to win so much, if they want to hold on to those sharp swords and those sharp words, if they want to hold on to heartbreak and regret, let them. But for us, this is water under the bridge, and we're going to stop looking at those 3 cups very soon. Very soon. We're going to turn around and see that there is love elsewhere, there's emotion elsewhere, there's a reconciliation elsewhere, and I don't think we're really wanting to argue anymore with this person, place, or thing. We can intuitively feel the abundance and beauty elsewhere. We can feel the victory elsewhere. This may be about a Leo or an Aries. Some of you guys are getting attention from fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We do have a father figure. We have the Empress and the Emperor. So again, Pisces, there is this twin flame dynamic happening with you. We have the Emperor down there and the Empress up here. Okay, so Aries energy for sure. Taking control. We do have the Devil here, so there could be certain toxic commitments, this is about toxicity falling down. Some of you live in a very toxic home environment and it needs to fall down. You're with a karmic partner. You guys are living with a karmic partner maybe, or a Capricorn, but the Tower is going to bring an end. Toxicity will fall. Okay, and that's so that you guys can get your wish. Somebody here has a wish for clarity. Okay, and this might be something that comes in. This is going to be a very victorious wish. It's going to be clarity about emotional fulfillment after this Tower falls down with this toxic person. You know, this is so that you can gain control back, Pisces. Maybe with an Aries, it might be a father figure here. I do see a controlling Leo for some of you guys, but I do think that either you're giving a Leo attention or they're giving you attention. You might just need strength in order to gain your control back, Pisces. But you're up on this horse. You're victorious. You're being celebrated. And I do think that some of you guys also have a secret admirer. I have seen these cards. This is a secret admirer, someone who is admiring you secretly. But Pisces, another thing here is that you might not be aware that you're pregnant, or you may not be aware of something as a mother. There is a mother here who's keeping a secret. There's some kind of spiritual mother here, or secret abundance. This is something that you don't see coming yet. There is a victory. If this is not a secret admirer who may or may not be a Leo, This is something you don't see coming. This is a secret that's even being kept from you, Pisces. And it has everything to do with you being victorious, you celebrating. This is some kind of public thing where you're in public. But you don't see this coming yet, Pisces. You don't see this victory coming yet, but you're gonna get victory. Again, some of you may be keeping pregnancy a secret. Some of you guys, this might just be a secret as a mother, but you know, this over the next month we may find out that we're pregnant, Pisces, because this is about giving birth to something secretly. So this is a very secret birth. You want to follow your intuition. This is a mother's intuition here for some of you guys, and that's underneath this Five of Cups. So I don't know if some of you here feel a loss as a mother. Somebody here may feel a loss as a mother. They may feel a loss of abundance. But keep in mind, there's this secret victory elsewhere. Even if you feel a loss of abundance here with some kind of mother, you're going to feel a secret victory. You're going to be getting attention intuitively. Pay attention to your intuition, Pisces. That's what this is saying too. You're being admired for your spirituality. You're being admired for your emotion. Again, you may feel lost. This is a mother's loss. This is a mother. Someone's here is depressed. As they're pregnant or giving birth to something. You may feel a loss of creativity. Some of you guys might not feel very attractive or beautiful, but you're working on that. You're working on that, Pisces. You're going to get out of this funk. Okay, this argument, this conflict in this case has been what's been keeping you here at this bridge. Okay, water under the bridge. You know what I mean? It might not all be water under the bridge, but it will be soon with this Scorpio energy that just comes and washes those emotions away. So what can you learn about this argument, Pisces? What can you learn about your own emotional stability around people like that? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, or just people who are detached and want to win. People who are all about facts and not about emotion. This is someone who's really factual, and they're all, it's not like, it's like they say things, they communicate, but it's just empty words, and we're left back there with our emotions. So I think some of us may choose to not communicate how we feel anymore with this person because it always winds up being an argument. So we just stand on our own and we look at our emotions here. I mean, we do have 2 5s. So someone here is mirroring each other. We got someone who's depressed and feeling lost, and this other person just wants to fight it out and argue it. But someone here doesn't want to fight anymore. Okay, Pisces, there's some conflict. What can we learn? What can we learn about this loss? Okay, I think in this case, we pretend to lose so that the other person doesn't feel like a defeated. So we're like, fine, if you want to win here, if it's that important to you, you can win. I'll just be sad on my own. But then there's this secret victory and abundance that comes in for Pisces over the next month too. So what can we learn, Pisces, is what I'm saying here. Let's grab one more tarot card for us all, just as kind of an overall energy. Is there anything that the Scorpio full moon would like to say? That was super weird. All right, we have a king and a queen popping out for all of us. We have the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. This is the divine masculine and divine feminine. It is a couple. It's a very odd couple, but it is fire and air. All right, so I think this is about mastering our passion with this Scorpio full moon, moving practically towards clarity. But this is about mastering our desire, mastering our mind. Like, this is a very Scorpio energy mixed together. It does look like a Leo and an Aquarius. It could also be a Gemini and a Sagittarius, or an Aries and a Libra. But this is about mastering our passion, mastering our desire, taking action, being able to see the truth. And the King of Swords is about mastering the truth, mastering our clarity, maybe being a bit detached, maybe having to cut certain things off that we're not passionate about, you guys. I'm going to look more into this King and this Queen of Swords, but they came out divine. Like, they came out very swiftly. So I know this has something to do with the Scorpio full moon. The fact that they're both royal, it means that we have to master our mind. Having very balanced communications about these new desires coming up, you guys. So as far as fire, as far as passion and desire, we need to become more like the Queen of Wands, which is more balanced. And as far as our minds and our communication, we need to become more like the King of Swords. Not so emotional. It's not about allowing these emotions to carry us away from the truth. So this is about clarity about what we're passionate about. The Scorpio full moon does offer that. Clarity over our passion, apparently. Alright, guys. So mastering the truth, mastering our desire, cutting things off, cutting people, places, things out of our life that don't align with our passions and our desires. That's a very interesting message. I just feel that it's about the divine masculine, the divine feminine, both mastering. So, you know, if you're a masculine person, this energy of the Scorpio full moon may put you a bit in your mind in order for you to be stable mentally. Remember, Scorpios are all about the stability. And if you're a female energy, if you resonate with feminine energy, this is about stepping into your desire and stepping into the vision, creating that vision and taking action towards what you desire, being more attractive. Like, this is literally someone who is intellectual about what they desire. We're going to mix these two energies together, this king and this queen. This is a relationship that's forming between the truth and our desires, is what I'm hearing. That was deep. I just want to thank you guys for listening to the Scorpio full moon. This one was a bit longer because these are very deep energies. I wish all of you guys a very beautiful Scorpio full moon. Again, it's happening on May 18th around 5 o'clock. So if you can, you know, do some meditating around that time, if you guys can just get out and see the full moon tomorrow night, it would be really great. I think it's going to be quite beautiful. The moon is very comfortable in these signs. So thanks again, guys, for watching this very deep Scorpio full moon. And the next time I come on here, I do believe will be the Gemini new moon, and then after that will be the Sagittarius full moon. So we're headed away from Scorpio Taurus into Gemini Sagittarius. A little bit of a different energy there, guys, but right now it's about the deep. So thanks. I'll talk to you guys next time.